Okay. Give it like 2 seconds to catch up, and then I'm pretty sure we are live. Tally ho, my Talishars. Because, that is now the name of the platform we're on. I don't see it live yet, so we're just going to wait one more second in case I'm crazy and it's not live. Let me refresh. Oh, okay. Okay. I think it is live. Cool. Well, thank you for waiting. I don't know. I just decided on a stream schedule and then realized I'm actually 30 minutes late to my first organized stream. So, just to announce that before we jump into any gameplay, I think I can manage the stream schedule you see on screen, where we are going to try to split the difference between, given different view times for our European friends, Australian friends, American friends, and split it up so that Monday and Wednesday we'll try to go live for 3 hours, 1 through 4. I'm pretty fortunate to have a flexible job, so I'm pretty sure I can swing that unless I'm like in the midst of a big project. So, we hope that works out. And then Tuesday, Thursday, we'll bump it up, a little bit more late night for me, but better for everyone else across the world, I'm pretty sure, at 8 to 11 p.m. EST. So aiming for 4 streams a week at like 3 hours a piece, which seems like pretty healthy. It's nothing too crazy because, it is only Fab Online gameplay at the end of the day. So it's not full of, spectacular animations and like eye-catchy graphics. No, it's just for the gameplay. And so I'm not sure I can keep it that entertaining past the 3 hour mark. So we'll just aim for that. And then, as probably most of you know now, I've been complaining a bit because I don't live in an area that has like any flesh and blood. So I can't actually say with a guarantee anymore whether or not I can get live gameplay, whether it's like pre-recorded and do all the fancy editing, or even just like live streams of events on a weekly basis. Like I just don't know if I can. So we'll hold Fridays and weekends to hopefully spruce in some of that content. But for now, we're just gonna I'm playing these games anyway for nationals, so might as well stick to a stream schedule. So that's kind of the idea as we move forward this week. And actually, great question in the chat. Are you on Twitch as well? And this is something I'm not sure about implementing, but I could cross stream onto Twitch, like YouTube and Twitch, because this past weekend, a lot of people were watching Flesh and Blood on Twitch, and it seems like there's at least a viewer base. The issue is you don't get to tag your stream as being Flesh and Blood. It's only, a board game. So the problem is discoverability is pretty bad if you just start Twitch and, this would just be kind of a more casual streams. I'm not streaming like a nationals, right? So it doesn't get the big, eye-grabbing attention from the get-go just with the title. It would just be Flesh and Blood gameplay. So I'm not sure if like streaming on Twitch is really that worth it, but that is something I'm still thinking about because it's not too hard. I just need to like, sign up for like a subscription restream service or something, or maybe manually do it. Where are you located, Ethan? Well, I just moved to upstate New York. So these days I live in kind of the middle of nowhere. If you can picture like Niagara Falls, beautiful upstate New York, I live like 3 hours away from that in the middle of nowhere, which is still like 4 hours from the city. So we're kind of, right where nothing matters, which is, well, I'm not a farmer. If I was a farmer, it would matter. But yeah, I live in Geneva, New York, which is like right in between Syracuse, Rochester, and Ithaca. So an hour away from any kind of hub. Syracuse and Rochester are like mid-sized cities. Ithaca is like kind of, it's a city, but it doesn't even have a real LGS. If you start streaming on Twitch, someone will probably post your schedule on Reddit. I know there's an ask for more Fab content on Twitch. Okay, well then that'll be something I'd look at doing in the next bit. But okay, so that's the intro. Stream schedule on stream. So, mark your calendars, however that works. The other problem is for YouTube, I can like schedule the streams in advance, but then I wouldn't know what to make the thumbnails because I'm trying to make the thumbnails, at least reference something of what's going on in the gameplay of the day. Because, one day might be Phi testing again, one day might be Viscerai testing, or like today we're gonna hope and pray that Levia does me some good. Yeah, actually, speaking of that, what I wanted to launch into today, I had someone, well, this is my YouTube channel, as you all hopefully know, I had someone mention in the Legal Levia Discord that they were playing my old Nationals deck and were wondering what upgrades to make from last year's Nationals going into this year's Nationals. And I was just kind of laughing because, dude, that's like that's like not only a year old with 3 sets in between. That's also a whole different meta. There's been like 4 ban lists since then. Let me find that Nationals video. Here we go. So they shared this list, and first of all, it just looks so damn goofy in this video. It is remarkable. I mean, not like I look any better now. I've got my hair, but yeah, this whole on stream at Nationals last year, that was cool. This guy Daniel Johnson, I played against him in Pro Tour Lille, and I beat him this time because he still, I don't think, really knows anything about the matchup. And for once, I just didn't take 14 blood debt, so I actually did win that game, which felt great. But anyway, where's the list? Here we go. The list. So in that video, I didn't really go over the list. I just went over that game on stream, and unfortunately, that game on stream was like not even that much to talk about because of how upsetting it ended up being. But it's okay. We'll look at the list though, because I wanted to talk about probably how bad it is. But to be fair, things are like very different. Wait, I'll just copy it to my decks right here. Here we go. Now we can see it visually. Well, I have to tell you, while she's not for me, I respect your commitment to Levia and showing that she can work with an experienced pilot. I respect you. Just play what you love. Yeah, well, thing is, I love winning, but I also love Levia, and sometimes those two worlds just don't overlap as much as you'd hope. But back in the day, I was very convinced that I had like the spiciest, the best Levia deck to perform at that Nationals, and actually, like I wasn't too far off. 6-4 was a winning record, and it was also a super hostile meta for Levia. But the deck has only gotten better since then. But this is what I was running back then. Obviously, we had Skullcap. We didn't have Crown yet, and you see now the beauty of Crown. You get to like take both these slots in one because you get the hand fixing of Hope Merchants and you get the block of Skullcap. So that's a pretty big upgrade, right? But then the rest of the list, this was a weird meta because Ice Lexi was kind of that deck that everyone thought would really just take the room by storm. Excuse me, run over like Chains, run over Briars, have a bit of an issue into Bravo. But I was also very scared of Ice Lexi. So that's why you see the heavier emphasis on CNC was really because of that. Also, the one Guardian of the Shadow Realm was also for Ice Lexi because if you do get a Frostbite, I could still pitch a blue and be able to block 6 with the Guardian. So that was, those were what those considerations were for. We had the one Unmovable for Bravo, Arg Smash for Dash, which is just wrong. This card sucked. And then I split the Graveling line with 2 yellow Dread Screamers and 1 yellow Graveling Growl, which back in the day, I think was fine just because card quality for Levia was pretty rough. Like, he didn't have Swing Big, right? So that's kind of where those slots ended up going to in more recent builds. Still had the Howl Loop. We had Sinks, which was mainly for Briar because she just had so many breakpoints, which is like kind of still true. Lightning Briar. And the rest of the deck, like pretty much looks the same. I had the Epots for Bravo as well. Double Reckless, which is bad. I wouldn't run that again. But yeah, it is funny to look back a year ago and realize that pretty much only 2 cards changed. There's, Swing Big and there's Crown of Providence. But otherwise, it's just meta considerations that you have to build around. But anyway, I also don't run Deep Rooted Evil. That card is trash. But Mansant predicted Crown confirmed. I mean, it's what I've been asking for forever. Like, for the love of God, just put these effects together and Levia would actually be playable. Hey, Ethan, I see the Levia content coming back strong. Blasno won't let you out of his loving embrace. Well, here's the issue. I keep playing Levia more for fun, where it's like, ugh, Fi is brain dead. Viscerai makes me tilted. Actually, that's not true. I don't find Fi brain dead. But when you play a lot of him, he's definitely a lot easier than Levia. Levia is always a ball of stress every time you sit down. But like playing a lot of Fi, playing a lot of Viscerai, those decks are just not... I mentally am just like not there the way I am when I play Levia. And so I've been playing her for fun in the background, and I've pulled off some amazing wins with Levia on Talishar. And what's cool is that, when I play, people know who I am, so we'll talk about it, and I'll tell them what you can do to make the matchup better, like, oh, the mistake you made that let me pivot, blah, blah, blah. And then we'll play again, and I'll still win, and then I feel good about that win. The previous win, maybe they just didn't know what they were doing. But then I'll probably feel pretty good about that next one. Deeper Evil is actually good in Oldhim. As bad as that card seems, it is useful. No, I don't agree. That card in Oldhim is really, really not good. Because if you ever get to play Deeper Evil, then the Oldhim probably already messed up and just didn't ice react you. Because they should be ice reacting Levia every chance they get. That is how they destroy your ability to really push any kind of go wide damage. And if you're playing Deeper Evil, that means you have a blue in hand after a go again, and then you're going to pitch that blue to play Deeper Evil. It's not like you can have floating resources for Deeper Evil. So good Oldhims just destroy that game plan. I don't think it's very good. And the way you should get value out of an Oldhim matchup is to go tall, not go wide. And that's what the Howl from Beyonds are for, stacked on top of like Hungerings and Writhings and Boneyards and Endless Maw and all that stuff. You can definitely run one, and against the mediocre Oldhims, it'll do fine. But the other problem with Deeper Evil right now is you see this non-block status that it has. Aggro Oldhim is probably the more prevalent Oldhim, and this card is going to absolutely punt in that matchup. It is only good against like true fatigue Oldhim, and good is not even necessarily true. But anyway, so I keep playing Levia, and I keep getting like really good wins and really good games. And so I've landed on this Levia list that is definitely in need of some fine tuning, but it has kind of this crazy missing card that you would think is so standard for Levia, and that is Graveling Growl. And as I was playing more and more Levia, sorry, hold on, we got more people in chat. 1 second. Curious, since you're thinking about playing 5, what's your plan against Dori? Such a hard matchup. I actually don't think the Dorinthia matchup is that hard. You need to know every card in Dorinthia. You need to know what their playlines look like, and it just comes down to being able to call bluffs. You can't respect every swing. You just can't. Your deck doesn't block well enough. But you need to just be able to call bluffs, and if you called it right, then you have an amazing turn. And if you called it wrong, then you probably still have an amazing turn because you kept your hand because you didn't block right. But then on their next turn cycle, when they ate all your damage to try to swing back with the weapon that now has counters, you'll just have to respect it a bit more. And you do have, pretty decent blocking equipment, and so you might lose some extra value of like having to block with a Shuko early or something because you disrespected a playline that they had. But it'll balance the matchup back out, and you'll end up being fine. I don't think it's that awful. You just don't play as if you don't block. I mean, if you play like you don't block, then Dorinthia is going to run over any deck. But just play and understand that blocking matters. And it's really not awful. One of the other things you can really do in that matchup is come back with a 1-card hand for 4. Anytime you have a Snatch or a Blaze Headlong, you should probably prioritize, okay, I am going to block with the rest of my hand because coming in for a 0 for 4 is above rate. It's more than Dorinthia can ever do. Because Dorinthia, best she can do to try to outvalue that is, like a 1-card play to swing Dawnblade for 3. Or maybe no card spend Tunic, but she's not going to run Tunic in that matchup. So you just have to look for value lines like that. I don't think it's so bad. I notice I tend to have more fun with my other decks than playing what's meta, like during Starvo Chain format. I love Dash and was very happy I could play in this format. Levia will get her time. Yeah, or maybe it is her time. Maybe we're all wrong. Maybe I was wrong. Because the one thing that's good about this meta with Prism gone is somehow no one's playing Runeblades anymore. There's some Runeblades, but there aren't like a ton of Runeblades. And the Runeblades that are doing well, don't seem to have warped everyone's perspective that Runeblades are still like the top deck. Now everyone keeps going over to like Guardian, and I'm way happier if they play Guardian. If I walk into a room and the most played deck is a Guardian instead of a Runeblade, that's the best Levia has ever seen it. That is amazing. So that full circle back to this Levia deck that's been doing really well. Like I think I'm 7-1. I was posting the games in the Legal Levia Discord. I'm pretty sure I went 7-1 with this build, and it's not even great. Like I don't think 3 Red Deadwoods is right, but basically I cut Graveling Growl. And what's funky about that is it is such a good rate card with Dread Screamer, right? You 3-card hand, you got a blue, you got Dread Screamer, you got a Graveling, and you come in for 13. And that is such a juicy rate, right? That's like 4.3 per card. That is really, really nice stuff. However, Dread Screamer has an even better rate play than the Graveling line, and that is with Ghostly Visit. And I've always said, 2-card hand of a blue Dread Screamer coming with Ghostly, 2-card hand for 10, that's nuts, right? And it really is, like math-wise, that is 2 cards you've played for 5 damage apiece. That is so, so good. So if that's a line that Dread Screamer is allowing in your deck, then unfortunately then Gravelink Growl is actually really not worth playing. Because if you can milk out a Dread Screamer Ghostly turn every time you see a Dread Screamer, then you shouldn't actually play the Graveling. It's more damage, but it's a worse rate. And that means you kept an extra card to pull off that worse rate play when you could have blocked with that extra card and still swung Ghostly out of Banish Zone, or just use that extra card to Arsenal or whatever. And by cutting Gravelings entirely and going just more so Dread Screamer plus Ghostly as like the main combo line, man, it feels like you do get that extra card advantage throughout your game, where it's like, oh, this is an extra card in Arsenal that I wouldn't have had if I was playing for Gravelings. Or, oh, this is an extra 3 HP that I can use to tank this turn that I wouldn't have had if I was playing for Gravelings. So anyway, that's what I've been messing around with, and it's felt pretty good. So we're going to get some games in with this. There's some weird stuff in this deck. Like I said, it's not refined at all. It's definitely like greedy with so many non-blocks. But the other main part to mention is Shadow Blasphemfet in main board. Main board Shadow Blasphemfet, when your game plan is so recursion-centric, like with Ghostly, Dread Screamer, or even Howl plus Boneyard for another 2-card hand for 9. Yeah, it's pretty good. I'm leveraged the Dori off Unworldly Howl for 13 off 2 blues. Yeah, I actually don't even think Howl from Beyond is... I mean, you have to have Howl from Beyond in your list, and right now I don't have it because it's the same issue where it's playing for 3-card hands, which you actually just have better rate 2-card hands. So I just don't think you necessarily need it. Plus, it's a non-6 that is going to mess with some of your really key draw discard, like Shadow. Ugh, hate that card, but it actually is so good to pull these, and Deadwood. Oh, it's Wes. Hello, Wes. Good job running that state championships. Okay, so anyway, we're going to get some games in with this because I was having lots of fun playing it, and I was winning way too many games, and so we'll see if that continues. It honestly might not, but you know, it was over the weekend. 125, there we go. My top 8 had 2 Dories, and so far I'm like 30-70 win rate favored for Dori. Yeah, well, it's just, you should honestly watch the Dori play, watch what the Dori's hands look like, or just play Dorinthia yourself. I think I was infinitely worse at playing into Dorinthia until I just sat down and played Dorinthia. Oh, nice. We like, okay, this will be a good one to show. And you can start to understand how Dorinthia's hands look like, because they are a deck that needs very specific pieces in every turn cycle to actually have their crazy threatening hands. Like they need their pump. If you overblock, they need their go again. If you don't overblock and just let their weapon hit. So they can't have it every single turn. They can't. There's a lot of inconsistencies with that because they also need like their resource card. So I would just, try to sit down as the Dori player, and you will understand more of what their hands might look like. My first dice roll all day. Oh, hello. Sideboarding. Okay, so when we played against Bravo, I'm actually pretty sure we took out all the Art of Wars. Just because the extra non-block, while Art of War is such a spicy card, Bravo right now, especially Oldhim as well, are so disruption heavy that I would rather just the extra block. The other thing that means is you could take out the Deadwoods, but I don't know, the Deadwoods 2-card hand for 8 is still pretty darn good. It's a better rate than Bravo can have. 2-card hand for 6. So we'll just run it like this. I'm pretty sure this is what I did on the weekend. Okay, here we go. Ooh, spicy. Well, this would be an amazing going first hand. Going second, I'm a little worried, but a little worried. Do I zoom in again? I always forget. No, this is how I want it. This is what I scaled it for, I'm pretty sure. Yes. Okay, wonderful. Oh, so they did the thing. Obviously, this is incredibly scary, pulverized, but that means we get free damage in. So we are just going to pump +3. And nice. Okay, well, actually, we kind of wanted to whiff on the Deadwood, not going to lie. But since we expect the Pulverize, we're probably taking an off turn next turn, so no reason to give myself the Blood Debt now. We'll just get rid of the Wrecker Rump. And we'll come in for 11, which he will probably eat. No more pummel testing. Was testing myself. The cost feels awkward. Well, the cost curve was built into that version of the deck. It was all about 2 blues for pummel, howl, 2 cost. So I think it worked totally fine with that build. But this version is trying to mainboard recursion in every matchup. And when you add those, I think the pummel gets a little too hard to run. Okay, we deal 5 damage going second. We take 2 cards. We don't have an arsenal, but we don't really care because we're going to be forced into an off turn anyway. So we might as well just block and then arsenal. All right, buddy. What you doing? What you doing? Blood Rush. You may go close. Oh, this is interesting. Well, I guess we'll see if he dominates it. If he dominates it, obviously we'll just unworldly. Or not unworldly, well, excuse me, unmovable. Okay, so he doesn't dominate it. So in that case, we'll just block with all these and arsenal the unmovable. That's totally fine with me. Cool. Cool, cool, cool. All right, not bad. Obviously, you know, this hand leaves a resource card to be desired. That's all right. We're really not trying to unmovable this turn. If anything, we'll try to get away with blocking with a Writhing and a Swing Big and just play out an Endless Maw with Shadow Blasphemous. That would feel pretty nice. It would feel pretty nice. The other option, I guess, is... We can always work Crown in when we have these non-blocks that aren't going to go to Arsenal, but it's probably too early for that. So... we'll see how he plays things out. The other thing is we can play a bit around Pummel here because there are 2 cards we don't need in this hand. So, you know, CNC would be the biggest punish on a turn like this, but then we just Crown and we cycle the Unmovable, and he doesn't know we have Unmovable in the deck still. Ah, see? Because he never saw it. Unless he's stream sniping, because this dude is taking forever to make a play. Okay, here we go. Imposing Visage. Pulling out an Aura. All right. Pulled out a Showtime. Basically gave Showtime go again. This is fine. I mean, heck yeah. If you want to pull out all the... oh, here we... okay, and... okay, he's dominating, but with only 2 in hand, 1 in arsenal? Is it just a cycle? Or did he disconnect? All right, well, the chat says he disconnected here, which is honestly possible. I don't know why he would have clicked to dominate here, because he'd have to pay for 1 more. Then this isn't going to... I mean, I guess I could crush the weak or something. Macho Grande? What is going on? Hold up, buddy. Look at the costs. Okay, so he's cycling out his arsenal. Well, we don't really care about that. In this case... yeah, it would feel pretty bad to get rid of the unmovable here. But then our turn... I guess that means what we could do with our turn is forget the shadow, just try to go a bit more resource efficient with the swing big. Or not resource efficient, but aggressive, because we actually won't be able to block the way we want. Yeah, we'll take the 5 damage. The not getting plus doesn't really matter. Okay, the other thing we can do here is roll Scabbies. Try to get a little juicy. Sure, why not? Oh, why not? Yeah, why not? Why not? Scab Skins would equal an extra 4 damage in theory on this turn. Or at minimum 3 damage with the Claw. Come in for a 3-card hand for 9 or 10. It's really a bad value Scab Skins roll, but we'll do it. And we rolled a 3 anyway, so we don't really get to play around with that. Yeah, we can go ahead and just play this out. We discarded the swing big. We're holding a red Dread Screamer in hand, which means it's more valuable for us to go ahead and get the Ghostly Visit banished, because now we know we have the red Dread Screamer to set that up as a 2-card hand for next turn. So we'll banish the Ghostly. We will take a Blood Debt. Unfortunately, only come in for 6, but now we know we get to block with 2 cards out of this hand and still come in for 10 next turn. That's fine. Yeah, he blocks for 6. Yeah, we don't really expect much damage to land here. We're not threatening anything too crazy. Oh, this is perfect. This is great. We have the blue that we're forced to keep anyway because it's a non-block. We've got 2 other cards that block 3 that we're fine with. Even the potential here to unmovable, but I mean, there'd be no reason. He's on a 3-card hand. So we're most likely just blocking with 2, coming back for 10. 16 damage turn cycle off 4. It's not bad. Are you going to playtest some 5 versus Iyslander Oldhim? Yeah, but the stream schedule that's on screen here, Tuesday and Thursday will have to be the actual like testing with the team days because oh, he just heaved Pulverize. Okay, well we'll get a bunch of free damage this turn. I don't really mind that. Best case scenario, of course, is well, I guess there's not best case scenario. We know the damage we have already. We'll just come in for 6 and then 7. Nothing too crazy. That's what we got. Yeah, so on the later night days, Tuesday and Thursday, is when I can play with the team. And we will get in like the 5 versus stuff. I've been playing 5 versus Iyslander and Oldhim. I went 3-3 against Oldhim and 2-0 against Iyslander this past weekend. But obviously those games weren't on camera, so they don't really matter. I could be making it up for all you know. And then we come in here, and it's only 7, but whatever. It's a blue. Would have been nicer to have a red, of course. All right. He's going to staunch. Kick that staunch. No, not kick that staunch. It already blocked 7. It's a red. Okay. Well, we've got our recursion pieces already coming together. God, this hand is... Oh, you love these hands. Thank you, Levia. Thank you so much, Levia, for giving me an all-red hand. The best thing you can do to me, girl. Well, it's pretty greedy, but we can pretend Crown gets me a blue. A blue would be very nice. I mean, we definitely just don't need the Shadow Blasphemfet anyway. But then blocking with the rest of the hand becomes really awkward because we don't know if we get the blue. Ugh. That's so unfortunate. So annoying, Levia. Alright, well, I mean, we're definitely going to pretend that we get the blue here because it would be a big deal. If we get the blue, then no matter what, Endless Maw and Dread Screamer are both fine plays. So we can go ahead and afford to block with, I guess, one of them. Or we can just play super safe, and even if we don't get the blue, we'll be able to keep 2 reds to swing Dread Screamer for 2 and turn off Go Again, which sounds fantastic. Doesn't that just sound like the best line? So these are definitely getting blocked with. Then the question becomes, how much faith do we have in the blue? How much? Oh, I really want to pretend. Well, I guess the other thing we could do is just Crown on the unmovable instead of the Shadow Blasphemfet. That's worse for when we're definitely going to be facing Spinals, because we haven't, or not Spinals, Cripplings, because we haven't seen one yet this game. So that would suck, but then that does open us up to potentially not, or potentially draw another red and we'd still get to pay for Dread Screamer. Or if we are going to cycle the unmovable, then we might as well keep both of these in hand so that we can reset an actual playable arsenal card. Even if we're 1 card inefficient. Okay, we'll do it this way. Oh my god, and we drew a red. Ugh. Why you gotta do this to me, Levia? That is the worst. I swear, no other deck sees that and is like, yeah, I probably just lost the game. It's pretty much just Levia that has situations like that. which is, it's really fun. Okay, well, if this is the case, this is really, really shoddy. In fact, actually, we should probably roll scabs because we could get off a ghostly for 4, which is worth it. We did roll a 6, so we can do that. So it'll be this, and then a ghostly for a horrible 4-card hand for 6 damage. Oh, it hurts so much. Ian's Oldhim? Yeah, 3/3 into Ian's Oldhim. Or no, 3/4 into Ian's Oldhim. 3/4 into Ian's Oldhim. I believe is the actual record. Because into aggro Oldhim, I went 1/3, and then into fatigue Oldhim, I went 2/0. So yeah, 3/4 into Ian's Oldhim. Okay, and then we will toss the ghostly. Now, which would we rather, an arsenal? Well, since we're playing out the ghostly, then Dread Screamer is less likely to get its 2-card hand value. It is really good. But we know we don't have Dread Screamers, so we really do want to prefer ghostly and banish before we make the Dread play. So we will pitch the Dread. Come in for 4. I hate this matchup. Unironically, I have most experience with it. No, this matchup's fine. This matchup's fine. It just really sucks when you draw that way because the game was like, everything was going exactly how I wanted it. Even being able to sit on like an immovable there would be so good to just ensure that the game was pretty much over. But then we drew all reds. And we have 20 blues in the deck, which is like, 30% to C1 per hand. But we still have Husk, so we can, equalize. And we can equalize. Alright. Here's another problem with Shadow Blasphemfet. I don't want it in this hand. God, this card... Oh, this card's so good but so bad. So good but so bad. I wish they just like went ahead and made it 3 cost and pumped the stats up. Like imagine this was, a 3 for 7. Or, oh god, I mean it'd be amazing 3 for 8 non-block with this effect. That'd be so good. But the problem is like it barely fits in any cost curve either, being a 2 cost that doesn't banish from grave. Like it doesn't really work with the Howl plan. Okay, well his turn sucked, but this could be a pummel. If it's a pummel, then we just discard Beast Within. We go about our day. But if this is all he's doing, we do still need to respect that Husk is gone if I don't block at all. And Husk is still gone if I block with just Scabs. So this could feel awful, but it might just be a Husk turn. And then we try to take tempo with this Blood Rush. I think that's just how the turn is lining up. This is going to be very, very sad when he inevitably finds a crippling. I guess the other thing is we block here, we block here. Then if he pummels, we are still fine, unless the Beast Within discards and docks us on too much life. Right, because we block 5. We take 5, 15. We'd have to take 2 for Husk to pop on the Beast Within. Oh, this hurts. This hurts. All right, we'll just block with Husk. Okay, and it was red pummel. All right, this is exactly what we expected. So we might as well discard the Beast Within now, because we lose some extra life, but we don't care anymore about the life threshold. I think it says... All right, so we only took 1 life because we banished Endless Maw right away. Well. Oh my god, deck. Why? Oh god, Levia. Why? Why? Why do you do this? You can't win games with this many reds. Please. Why do you draw this way? Oh my god. Okay, well, best thing we can do now is pretty much cry a little bit. Best damage we're gonna get out of this turn. is to just Deadwood for 10 and hope that we turn off Blood Debt. Or I guess, no, we would get one more at Endless Maw. An Arsenal, something else, so we should do that. Oh, Jesus. Yep, well, that sucked. That was very unfortunate. How are you doing on Fi into Bravo so far? I haven't really played that one. I've only played it, I think, twice. And I'm pretty sure I won both games. Yes. That matchup I thought would be a lot harder. Like, I really thought that was going to be, like, the worst matchup out there. Yeah, so we pretty much lost this game, just FYI for anyone wondering. We drew all reds on a very unfortunate unmovable turn, and then we drew all reds on our Blood Rush. And you can't really handle that even happening once per game, and now it happened twice per game. Oh, wow, okay. And look at this next hand. Those were all the blues we wanted. There were all the blues we wanted. Oh, and look at this. Now we're gonna get pummeled CNC'd. And we're gonna get pummel CNC'd right after we were forced to use Crown because we were on an all red hand. Very nice. Very nice. Okay, well, we know it's coming, so this is the best we can do here. I guess he doesn't have to pummel because now it's like still already landing, but we have to block this way because if we do block with that one extra and he does pummel, then it's an instant loss. All right, so he's gonna pummel anyway. Nothing we can do. Yay, fun. We love it. We discard. And then we do have one play. Woohoo! Swing Blasmafet. Woohoo! Yay! It's so fun. Blue Maw, Red Deadwood? Yes. I mean, Blue Maw is quite good. Blue Maw is a very good rate. It is a blue card that you get to swing 2 card for 7. The issue is why I wasn't running it before. I was running it for a bit, but I was running blue trade-in its spot, basically. And blue trade-in in this build is like just a little bit too greedy because this build's already pretty greedy by mainboarding Shadow Blasmafet, which is the best card and also the worst card. So I'd rather just the 3-block. I'd rather the 3-block. And then Red Deadwood is really just quite good in any matchup where you're fine playing the early game slow. 2-card hand for 8. It's also very good against Fi, of course. I don't really think it's going to end up being in the final version of this list, but I do like it. Yeah, and this graveyard looks awful now because we had to block weird. Oh, yeah, here we go. Oh, this is actually kind of funny. I don't think he understands that this is not that scary when I have Blasmafet out. Oh, wait, that was dumb. Oh, well, he says. Yeah, well, it's still unfortunate because our graveyard is going to be the absolute worst mess you've ever seen. We're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 misses. But there is no other choices to be made. This is great. I love agency. Here we go, we swing 6. I don't understand why Shadow of Ursa can block and not Shadow Blasmafet. It's a damn good question. Very good question. Hi, joining in upon seeing the live with the hope of learning something. Well, right now you're not going to learn much. This game tanked, but we'll play another one, and we'll play another one, and we'll play another one. And those will be fine games, I hope. Who's my copium dealer? My God, I need a new one. I think I need a new one, because already I've gone back on my statement that Levia may be playable. Because look what happened. This is the 3rd time all game we've drawn an all-red hand with 20 blues in the deck. And yeah, that's this is just not how you win games. And he's gonna kill Blasmafet, which at least gives us a bit of breathing room to just, you know, be able to play out our Boneyard and not just instant lose to this hand, which is nice. That's allowed. But you know what also can happen here is we have 8 misses in the graveyard that we haven't been able to control this game. And we'll probably hit all those misses right now. Ready? Let's check. Let's see it. Oh, oops, that was the wrong card to pitch. But it lagged out. Here we go. Wrong pitch. Did I turn off Blood Debt? I don't even know. I don't think I did. Oh, did I? Huh. Okay, actually, looking at the chat log, it looks like all right, actually, this opponent is not playing cool with it. All right, so actually, when I accidentally pitched Sink Below, I did turn off Blood Debt, and I just recast. It was supposed to turn off BD. So when I pitched Sink Below on accident, it did turn off Blood Debt, but then I changed the pitch, and it, I guess, re-randomized the banish, and so I didn't turn off Blood Debt. Okay, there we go. There we go. But the opponent is being cool about it. I said, can I just recast until it turns off Blood Debt? I didn't know it actually does that. It re-randomizes if you play it. It doesn't, like, keep the same formula or whatever. So we'll survive one more turn, but, you know, definitely lose anyway. But we'll have fun with it. Here we go. Hey, Ethan, happy to catch you live. I'm close to finishing my Hex Score Levia. Still miss Scabs and Gamblers, but I hate these cards from the bottom of my heart. I hate most cards that we are forced to run. For example, everything right now hurts. Everything hurts. Now, we don't get Crippling Crushed, which is kind of funny, because we do have Sink Below. So, nice. Oh, God. All right, well, we're living on a prayer anyway to turn off Blood Debt with Deadwood. In fact, we should just overpitch the Ghostly, so we try to increase our odds. Here we go, baby. Oh, yes, and I discarded a Writhing Beastalk. All right, so we'll live. We'll live another turn. All he has to do is, like, dominate anything, though, and we die now. I'd like to ask, new to the game, how does Levia deal with pure arcane damage heroes, considering the strong need to block with cards on the first cycle? Well, that's why Viserai is the absolute worst, most horrible matchup in the game for Levia. It feels so unplayable that if Viserai is the top deck, I would probably just pretend Levia doesn't exist. But luckily, he doesn't seem to be the top deck right now. He's definitely out there, and so you'll have to deal with that matchup. But the problem with Viserai is he's still so aggressive and yet deals so much split damage that you can't just pivot your strategy like you would against an Iyslander, where you can take Meat Axe. And with Meat Axe... Oh, okay. Here's when he just pummels and we die. That's definitely what's happening, right? Oh, no. That's definitely what happens, right? I mean, it doesn't matter. If he has the pummel, we die anyway. Because all I would be able to do is block 6, and he'll go 4 over. So we'll just pretend he doesn't have pummel. Right? We'll just pretend he doesn't have pummel. Here it comes. Oh, he didn't have pummel. We're alive, baby. Oh, nice. Bottom. Top. So, and we turn off Blood Debt again. Things are coming back. Things are happening. Probably not, but, you know. But yes, okay, so to wrap that up. Yeah, so Viserai is just abysmal, because to efficiently block his Arcane, you would want to, in theory, pitch blues in. But the problem with pitching blues into Arcane Barrier in an aggro matchup is you need your blues to have your good turns. So Viserai just completely destroys you. His damage is insane. He gets a couple 0 for 5s in his deck. Like, as in, you know, a card that is free for him to cast, like Boomveil or Revel in Runeblood, that give him 5 damage for 1 card, which is so insanely good. Like, Levia really has trouble reaching those values. She can do it, but it's pretty much just with like the Ghostly Visit Dread Screamer play. So he just has really good rate, number 1, and here we lose. He has really good rate, number 1. Number 2, you can't really pitch into his Arcane. All right, GG's. All right, so that was what a Bravo game looks like when you draw 3 all red hands, which is funny because we actually still relatively made it close. But you can't draw 3 all red hands. That's just not allowed. That is just not allowed. It's very rough when that happens in Levia. But that's okay. It's not like we learned anything new. We've been knowing that ever since this hero came out. It still hurts when it happens. Definitely still hurts when it happens. Okay, Oldhim. All right, all the guardians. This is fine. 1, 2, 3. Unmovable back. Maybe we'll try taking out the red deadwoods. Yeah, we'll get those out of here. They don't belong in the guardian matchup, pretty sure. The 1 unmovable, that's fine. Okay. Yeah, so Viserai just ends up kind of rolling you. His damage is very good. You can't block it really well. And if you do try to commit to blocking it, you can't return your aggression. So, oops. So yeah, I hate that matchup. It's pretty fun for him, not for you. But for other arcane damage heroes like Kano, Kano is interesting because he doesn't necessarily tax your blue every turn. A lot of what Kano is going to do is just block to set up his big kill turn. So he's not necessarily forcing you turn by turn to waste your blue into Arcane Barrier or die. There are definitely life thresholds that matter against Kano, and when you do have the extra blue, you should definitely every time pitch it into Null Rune, because why not? But it's not the same kind of turn by turn pressure that Viserai has. Iyslander is even more different because Iyslander lets you play Meat Axe pretty handily. You actively don't want to run Mandible Claws because they can mess up your Blood Rush turns in a myriad of different ways. So yeah, Viserai in particular is just what does you in. Okay, here we go. Yep, this is a pass kind of turn. Hey man, fan of your content. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Streaming as well. Check it out. Okay, this is fine. We'll allow this. We'll allow this hand. Go ahead, check the Art of War Arsenal. It's best place it can be. Card can't block. And we know that we have a 2-card hand anyway to return with Swing Big. So we're fine with that as well. No reason to try to get engraved turn 1. It just gives him a free resource card. Oh, but he's fusing Glacial Footsteps. So now we're upset. Because now we only get to block with 1 card. And that is just inefficient. So if it's going to be an inefficient turn, do we just, make this an Art of War turn? That seems pretty bad, because we don't have any graveyard yet. So I guess we'll just eat the inefficient damage. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. Not great. Then we just come in for our own 8. Not dominated, but it only costs us 2 cards. His turn cost him 3 cards for 8 damage. Claws into Oldhim. I find Claws as Reinhardt not to be good into Ice React. No, Claws is not great into Oldhim. I'd prefer Hexagore, but I don't have it in this version. And actually, if it's aggro Oldhim, you're still fine with Claws. The one thing you can't do is ever swing Claws twice on a Blood Rush turn. That is like straight trolling. Best you can do is Claws into an attack, because you don't want to risk getting blown out by Ice React. So yeah, you don't get great value from these weapons, but the better weapon to play, Hexagore, requires its own kit. I wouldn't run Hexagore without like at least 2 copies of Shadow Puppetry. And I don't have room in this version. So it's not making the cut. I hope they ban Crown of Seeds at some point. That card is too good. I don't know. That card is very good, but I don't think banning it is actually gonna fix the Oldhim problem. Oldhim, especially when he plays aggressive, doesn't even have to use Crown of Seeds. Like, he actively just doesn't use Crown of Seeds. He'll just keep his arsenal to actually play for like pummel turns and stuff like that. And that deck is still insanely good. Oh, all he did was pass. Well, that was funky. If anything, what starts to make Oldhim look pretty insane is if you start doing some just across the line comparisons. When you look at like Winter's Wail, which is a one-handed weapon. One hand. It's a very light weapon. And it deals 4 damage for 1 card with a hit effect. Right? Only 1 hand. It's That's one hand. Then you look at Romping Club. And even Bone Basher. Oh, great. We've got some great brute comparisons. 2 weapons, in fact, that are two-handed. They're very heavy. Very heavy. Bone, such a heavy material. And they cost 2, which is actively still a card. And deal 4. And no hit effect. Starts to get pretty, yeah, a little sad when you think about it. Alright, well, we don't love this Art of War turn, but we're going to do it anyway. Yeah, we're already going to turn off Blood Debt, so we don't mind getting rid of this one. Yeah, this turn will be a weak one. This turn will be a weak one. In fact, we might not even use the go again. Because he could ice react us. But then again, he might be trying to set up the Quicken, right? Because he didn't swing last turn. There's a good chance he's using the Quicken this turn. He's going to try to hold his cards to make use of it. We'll see. See how he's blocking. Yeah, well, I really hate playing out something like an Art of War with such a bad graveyard because we won't really get a big second attack in. But we're only at 1 Blood Debt. It's just that Endless Maw. So it's really not the worst deal to have the graveyard so bad here. We can risk taking like 2 or 3 damage on that Blood Debt if our next turns have to be slow. I tried Hexagore in the past. I'm a big fan of that weapon. My build was probably bad though. How fast can you turn Hexagore online without taking damage from it? Alright, so Hexagore is a very interesting weapon. I don't think it's awful. But if you build your deck to swing Hexagore every turn, you are playing an awful deck. I think that is true. Because Hexagore's cost curve is not good enough for you to build an entire deck around swinging it. It is very ineffective to try to build your deck around paying for something with Go again into a 2-cost weapon swing. That is like very, very hard to pull off. Very hard to pull off. Instead, what you should use Hexagore for is as a toolbox effect. Alright, also, do we even swing here? I don't really care, honestly. I don't really care. We're gonna do it. If he ice reacts me, whatever. If you use Hexagore instead as a toolbox weapon, where anytime that you naturally have this 2-resource floating to get good value out of your okay, good, he didn't ice react me. Put this here. Whenever you just naturally have this value available to you of 2 resources floating from a previous Go Again source, whether it's from like Shadow Puppetry on a Boneyard Marauder, or like a Howl, Dread Screamer off 2 blues that then has 2 resources floating. When you have those situations come up, which will naturally come up in a Levia game, not every turn, but they will naturally come up, then Hexagore is a great rate. Same thing with like having Art of War in your deck, where now you don't need to spend an extra card for that Go Again attack. You just get to swing Hexagore. So if you play Hexagore around like those natural windows Levia already has, then it's a fine weapon because there are just places in the game where you would want to swing it. Man, I hate the graveyard so light here. Where's my Shadow Blasphemous? Where's my recursion pieces? This is unfortunate. Get out of here, cat. It is unfortunate. Actually, Writhing is also like pretty important. I don't like having to block with these early. But whatever. Yes, so I think, just build your Levia decks that way. More than anything. To just make use of Hexagore when it comes up. Don't try to jam it every turn. Because you'll be forcing some really bad cards in your deck. Like having to run extra Dread Screamers like the yellow counts just to get extra Go Again. You'll like pretend that like Pulping Wild Ride with like Mark of the Beast is a great, like, that's a great combo because then you get to have this extra Go Again that like discards a card and turns off Blood Debt and lets you swing Hexagore all in the same turn. No, that your deck's gonna be trash. Like your deck's gonna be so bad if you play it that way. These are such high value cards to just say goodbye to. But like, ugh. But I don't want to just ramp all this Blood Debt because those cards were all Blood Debt cards. Like this would be a Blood Debt card. If I block with this, it'd be a Blood Debt card, and then we'd be up to 4 Blood Debt with only 1 in graveyard. So it's super sad, and we did waste 1 HP. but we are going to have to wait. And it's so sad. These are such good cards gone. Would have been a great turn to have any recursion piece. Oh well. Oh well. I really hope they make a one-hand Earth Hammer. Doesn't have to be great, but surely it be better than Titan's Fist. Oh well, with the way they're making Oldhim's weapons, that Earth Hammer is going to be like, if you pitch an Earth card, gain +1 attack. And then, God, why would Romping Club exist? Oh, Jesus. Why does Bone Basher exist? It's painful. Painful to think about. That was my favorite part about Pro Tour Reels. I had a couple people ask me to sign their Bone Bashers. That was so sweet. Oh, sweet summer children. What we have to do to pretend that card is good. Alright, well, this is what we wish we had last turn. At least we found it, now. Man, it is crazy. These are so many Blood Debt cards we're blocking with, though. I really wish we'd have those in our deck. Or after we find our Howls. Then watch this. I bet I won't even discard. Let's see. What will I discard? I bet it'll be a miss. I bet it'll be like a Blood Rush or something. Here we go. Here we go. So why? Which side am I slanted to? It's my camera's reversed. I think if I'm this way. If I'm this way, it's correct. Okay. Alright, let me see. What do I discard? Come on, game. What do I discard? Oh, I meant to turn on this stupid custom cursor. There we go. Yeah, baby. Now it's all thematic. All right. Come on, let's see it. Oldhim's thinking. Oldhim really scratching that crown of seeds. Good God. Do I use it? Is this the turn where I make the massive sacrifice to pitch a 2-block? To then block for 2 anyway with Crown of Seeds and Rampart? God, is this the turn? Jesus. Hard choices. Oh, look what I say. Look, what did I discard? Look at that. Sink below. Oh, nice. All these cards that could have been in a better order. All these cards. Then we discard Sink Below. And now this is even worse because we're going to have to just continue to wait to play Super Aggro because we don't have any recursion still. Nice. You all in on Blood Debt builds, dude? Tunic Club? Alright, the problem is, Tunic Club, I think, is actually really good into any Guardian. Aggro Guardian, Fatigue Guardian. I would play the club build any day. Oh, yes. But Dromai and Iyslander are pretty much auto losses. Like, pretty much auto losses. And it's funny because the Aggro Guardians are supposed to lose to Iyslander and Dromai as well, but they don't. Actually don't lose necessarily. Because Aggro Guardian just has way more cost-effective hands all the way throughout the game because they can just dump resources into Sledge or some big blue attack. The problem with the club build is your damage cap per hand is like really low. You have to actually pitch stack your barragings or you don't close the game. And therefore, a lot of your damage is gated into actually being set up into the right hand because your 6 cost plus pummels won't really do it. We can also probably afford to block with like one more card here, but then again, like what if we draw all reds again? How fun would that be? Because he's gonna pummel, like he's gonna Tunic pummel. Watch, such a big play. Oldhim players. Oh, there we go. Maybe he doesn't. Okay, he won't pummel here. That's fine. Alright. Well, it's sad to see the Ghostly gone, but we really don't want that in Arsenal. Yeah, so Tunic Club is just like, do I pretend that I never see a Dromai or Iyslander? Because those games are really, really hard. I'm not convinced that that's the right way to play a deck right now. You just pretend you won't see some matchups, which is why I always was fond of Levia until Viscerai was like an insane deck, because there isn't a particular deck where you're like, damn, if I just see that matchup, I instant lose. That's really not how Levia operates for the most part. You can be fine with a whole lot of decks. You can play pretty much into anything, and sometimes you'll get these fantastic games, even if it's a bad matchup, just because your deck drew the way it was supposed to. You didn't clump all reds. You saw like an early blood rush. You started the game with like a howl and ghostly in hand. There's a lot of highs you can hit for sure that make any game playable. The club build doesn't quite play the game that way because it's a slow game. There are just some other slow game plans that destroy you. What's up, gamer? Hi, Caleb. Testing the good deck, I see. Only the good deck. Have you heard of our faithful Lord and Savior Blasmafet? Yeah, well, he's got my freaking soul on loan. Apparently, I cannot play anything else. I really try. Oh, that was James who said, "Are you all in on Blood Debt builds?" Yeah. Well, James, I respect you a lot, and so I'd like to give you a more hopeful answer that one day I'll join the ranks of great players who can place in tournaments by not playing Blood Debt Levia. But for now, it really is such a huge disparity when I play like Viscerai or Phi on the test team. Those are just like really not the same level of deck. They're just like really not. This is gonna hurt a little bit, little inefficient, but we will allow it. Where's the lunging press? I'm playing around it. That's right, baby. Locking around lunging press. Get screwed, Oldhim. Yeah, well, okay, so the stream schedule, by the way, Caleb, MajiinBae, the stream schedule is going to have it, so I'll have 2 days of the week, these early days, the 1 to 4s, where I will be playing more of what I enjoy, the Oldhim, or the Levia days, pretty much, because no one else can play during these hours because they have real jobs, and I do not. But then the test nights, which are going to be Tuesday, Thursday, I'll be on like the actual meta decks, and we'll have some hard conversations about tournament viability of Levia probably with those guys. They really don't want me to play her either. Codependent Levia Mansant relationship. Mansant needs Levia to play well. Levia needs Mansant to be her best self. I love it. Good way to put it. Wait, I don't need Levia to play well though. Hold up a second. That part's only half true. I'll play Levia well, but I don't need her to play well. People forget. James was there. You can ask him in the chat. I got 9th, all right, at this freaking battle-hardened first-timing Phi, okay? Not the hardest deck, granted, but it was a meta that was supposed to be like hella hostile. And I got 9th at that battle-hardened and bubbled out. Man, it was a round 3 loss. I went 5-1. That record was slapping. But, just unfortunately bubbled out. Oh, come on. Why do you have to have Erase Face on my Blood Rush turn? That's the one card that you mess with, man. Oh, gross. Gross. And then I also got top 8 at the Last Chance Qualifier the day before with Phi, and it was a Pursuit of Knowledge build, all right? That was garbage, and I still got top 8. Okay, well, this is rough because we just block with Scabbies on that CNC. But if we Carrion Husk, then all of a sudden, when he rips an Oakenold first cycle, I'm going to be pretty sad. But this hand also doesn't really facilitate 2 cards very well. Not fun. Not fun. Not fun. All right, let me open my Banish, please. Sink below. All right, well, I guess I don't mind just holding the sink. It's going to suck. This really don't feel good. And I'm not playing around the lunging press this time. If he gets me, he gets me. Good old Oldhim. No, he doesn't have it. But that couldn't have been his pummel turn, right? All right. And here we go. Please, please don't discard the Dread Screamer. Oh, thank you. Thank you, thank you. All right, now please draw me a blue. Please draw me a blue. Oh, yeah. Oh, this is actually quite good. This is quite good. We get to play around both things. If he Ice Reacts here, then obviously we just top the Dread Screamer and get to Unworldly Boneyard. If he doesn't, oh, I guess he could I guess you could ice react the next attack. Never mind. I was gonna say we could Dread Screamer into the Boneyard, but no, not gonna do it. LOL, just barely made 8th. Wait, you okay? Oh, David, the other Dromai. Exactly. So yeah, the issue was nothing against you, David, but my opponent that I lost to also lost his last round. If he'd won the last round, I would have been ahead of you on tiebreakers. But my opponent, because the second tiebreaker is how our opponents did, you must have lost to an opponent that ended up better than 4-2. Because my opponent ended up 4-2, the one that I lost to. But yeah, I mean, it was great to see another Dromai up there. I mean, you stole a little bit of thunder from Peyton, though, David, just saying. But then you both lost top 8, which was unfortunate. He should have won his match. He was against freaking Oldhim. You had the worst one. You were against Dash. That was unfortunate. I've told multiple friends this Manset guy would just devote time to a tier 1 hero who'd constantly top stuff. I respect his commitment. I don't know. I wouldn't even say that. I would, I'd like to pretend that that's, like, true, but, I had a month. Well, okay, here's my one frame of reference is there was a month after Oldhim came out where I was so hot on Oldhim because I had just started playing like the kind of slower control Levia and was doing okay with it. But then I realized, wait a second, isn't it just like a really shitty version of Oldhim? And the reality is it's a little bit different. It is a little bit different, but it is kind of a worse version of Oldhim. Regardless, I decided to pick up Oldhim in the meantime, and I played an entire month back when I was living in an entire month of Oldhim when I was living in Michigan, and it was like my grinding month. I was like, you know what? It's a new hero. I want to see how well I can do on this hero, so I'm going to go to every armory I can, every event, and so I had a whole month of going and playing Oldhim at like 3 armories a week, going to these events every weekend. And in that entire month, I kid you not, in the entire month, and we're talking like 3 or 4 Flesh and Blood events a week, I only lost 1 game on Oldhim. I kid you not. I lost 1 game on Oldhim, and it was to Hunter, who was playing Chain at the time, and it was only because I decided to try Sledge into Chain. I was like, fatigue is so easy. I wonder what happens if I go aggro. And it was not the answer. It was not the answer. But yeah, that was like the hottest month of Flesh and Blood ever. I might have lost maybe 1 more game in like a Swiss round, but I still won the whole tournament. So maybe I wasn't like truly X1. I don't quite remember. But it was still like the most insane month I've ever had in Flesh and Blood. Levia doesn't pull off sweeps like that. But then I put Oldhim down because he was too easy at the end of the day. I was like, man, but this was like chain meta where you could just fatigue every chain you saw. And just, hold blizzards in Arsenal. And ice react, even when they think they can play around it, and you just win. And that was a bit too easy, for sure. All right, well, we don't like have to Art of War here. We can just do a 12 damage turn. Like a little weak, not gonna lie. But I think we will just play out the Art of War. We've got the right cards for it. And we'll say +1, right? Because we have the go again anyway. In the dread. Buff, banish. Okay, we like this. I will take this. Wait a second. I think I didn't gain go again. I'm not sure. It doesn't say anything in the text box, but I thought I had no misses. I thought I only had 2 misses. It doesn't say in the text box. I'm freaking out, guys. Oh my god. Will it have the go again symbol or not? Oh no. Come on. Does it have the... Please, game. It doesn't tell me in the chat box. Normally it'll say, Blood Debt was turned off, blah, blah. You played Dread Screamer. But I already turned off Blood Debt with Art of War. So it actually doesn't tell me if Dread Screamer hit or not. Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, it does. Oh, thank God. There's a go again symbol. I was a little worried. I could have sworn there were only 2 misses. It was like a Sink Below and an Art of War or something. Or no, the Blood Rush and the Art of War were the only 2 misses. Alright, we're good though. We're good. So why not test with Oldhim for Nats as well as Leviathan? Well, that is a good idea. However, in our test group, there is another guy who is like in charge of Oldhim, and the way we're doing it is like just let the people who are in charge of their decks kind of decide whether or not the rest of us should pick up the deck and play the mirror matches, because they don't have as much time as I have. I have a lot of free time. And so if they come to the conclusion, and they definitely will, that like playing the mirrors is worth it, then yes, I will pick up the slack and play Oldhim. And I'm sure I'll do fine. But I really just don't find him that interesting. If I was going to play Oldhim, then in my head, it's like, why not play Club Levia then? Because it's a more interesting Oldhim. Okay, so we did discard a Deadwood Rumbler, which is nice. We like getting those non-blocks out the deck. Right now, we have one Howl set up, and in this matchup, double Howl is like kind of the bee's knees. So we're just going to go for the double Howl rather than the one Ghostly, one Howl, because we already got rid of, I think, 2 Dread Screamers. We played one, and then we pitched one. So we're not really too keen on getting that hand value out of the Ghostly right now. Ooh. I beat Ryan Rich in the 6th round. It's rough. Oh, no way, David. Yeah, Ryan Rich is the guy who ended up winning with Oldhim. Good job. He was playing hot all day. I also really enjoy his mannerisms on the table. We basically had a whole conversation while Peyton was scrapping together that loss in top 8, and the judge was not happy about it. But he's a friendly guy. And, can you please play the good deck so you can start winning bunches of tournaments? No, Caleb. You know me. I'm a Shurima stan from day one. Played Ascension Shurima, even when it was very unplayable. It's just what I do. Okay. Well, we can kind of get into the Howl loop right now if we really care about it, because we have it open for us with the Hungering. The problem with doing that now is the loop will be pretty weak. We don't have our graveyard light enough, because we had those really weird early game turns. I didn't like those early game turns. The graveyard, look at all these were very juicy cards to be played, and instead they got blocked with. But in that case, it should probably just be Dread Screamer into Hungering. That does get a bit blown out by a Blizzard, though, don't it? Man, it's just such bad value to double Howl right now, because we won't recycle him, and we won't be trimming our graveyard the way we want. I could go with a Scabs this turn. It could instead just be like Scabs swing big, or rather like Howl, Hungering swing big if we hit 2 AP. That's pretty good. We'll try it. A 4. Oh, roll a 4. Blizzard that, Oldhim. Blizzard that. Okay. In that case, we're gonna lead with the Howl. Because this still sets up our turn. If he ice racks me, whatever, we'll just claw after it. We'll let that go to grave. We will Hungering. Now we didn't hit the Howl. Howl's still there. It's all right. We have the other Howl still circling about. This deck's real name is Shurima the movie. Yes, for anyone who plays Legends of Runeterra, MajiinBae, first of all, best streamer, YouTuber in the business for that game. And also that game, I don't really have the hots for it anymore. That was kind of like my COVID game. But it was fun. And talk about flashy, stylized graphics and animations. That game is fluid. This game leaves a lot to be asked for, but it is also being made for free. The devs are very nice people. Not everyone has a lot of free time to work on it. It's weekend projects, after work projects. I've also pitched in a little bit for the relaunch of the UI that's going to be coming out hopefully soon. But I am supposed to be learning some more motion graphics stuff. It's what a company in the area wants from me before we move forward with a potential position. So I'm gonna learn some of that and maybe throw my hat in the ring for helping out this game. That'd be cool. But yeah, just don't have any skills right now. No skills. Bad. All right. Well, we just rolled Scab's last turn, and it was pretty good. This would be an even better Scab's turn. In fact, it's like pretty much Scab's or bust type of turn. So, here we go. We click the button. Let's see it. Oh, we rolled a 1. All right, good and bad. A 1 means we do get to try again, and maybe get a 4, 5, 6. But it also means we could get a 1 again. Here we go. Ah, we rolled a 2. Well, there goes all the Scab's value we could possibly hope for. So in that case, what we can do is just... we'll just hold the Doomsday and hope that we get it with a go again turn. Or maybe he overblocks and then we'll just cast out Doomsday anyway, honestly. We'll see. But we'll go for this. Oh, we double hit Howl. We like that. I mean, it was super greedy because we actually had 3 misses. We had the 2 Howls and the Gamblers, but... man, I pop Gambler's Glove this turn. You know how the turn's going to be. It's just going to be one of those greedy turns. MajiinBae is Bae Nodders. Interesting. That sounds like an emote or something on the Twitch. That's the one downside. We don't really get emotes on this platform. If you join the channel, which is a great way to support me, I'd absolutely appreciate it. You get access to some of these fun little emotes. I can also add some new ones. These are just what I had from a while back. But we've got Man Salt, because you know it's there. It's on the horizon at all times. Like a, confused Levia face, Blasmo Happy, and like a little upvote with the Levia hand. So, feel free. I think it's like $2 or $3 to join. You can also donate with a link in the description because I need new glasses, because these glasses are my backups. I lost my main glasses when I was at a family vacation, at a wedding on the beach. I lost them, and now I get to wear these big ugly clunkers, which are not the most comfortable. In fact, they're very heavy, and when I play games in paper, they actively distract me. So I would like to get new glasses, and $100 would get me some cheap glasses. So we'll go for that. And I'm just talking frames. The prescription itself is going to be like $200. That's just how America works. But for the frames, $100 would help. Welcome to Living Legend. Oh, hey, Bromeo. And look at that wonderful little icon next to your name now. There's different tiers of the Levia summoning circle. You yourself have the 1 month, and they change color for every month you stay. Sub to the channel. Okay, so what did he even block with? Any attacks? He blocked with a disable. So here's the interesting part. If we do cast out Blasmo now, he might not have another tall enough attack to kill it. He probably will, though. We're still going to play it out because we don't actually have Scabs up anymore. So we're probably not going to get great value. Might as well just, cycle that card. Ooh, but we have a lot of go again in the hand. A lot of go again in this hand. Would have been nice. All right, now he's going to CNC. He's probably just going to kill Blasmafet, which is fine. We appreciate him sinking CNC there because we have a true sink in Arsenal, which is not getting much value. He's not really swung at me lately. All right. Hell yeah, American healthcare. Brother. You know it. Okay. There are 2 misses in the yard. Oh god, there's 3 misses because that was a blue. All right. Well, I don't really want to add another miss with Art of War right now. Dang it. I also definitely don't want to double howl, but double howl is like kind of a good spot here. So we could just double howl writhing. I mean, how much we believe. I kind of would like to preserve all these cards, because our hand just equals 12 damage dominate with writhing right now. That's pretty good. I definitely don't want to banish the Writhing or the Dread with Art of War because we had to block with so many red attacks early game. So we're just going to go for the double howl. And honestly, if we miss Blood Debt, whatever, we miss Blood Debt. We're not in lethal range. It would suck. But then that means we did get 3 misses gone for next turn. So. Alright. Whoa, nice. We hit 2 misses. We hit Gamblers and a Howl. We hit Gamblers and a Howl. There's still exactly 3, but, you know, hey, we'll take that trade. We added 2 misses. We docked 2 misses. And then we're going to end the turn with an extra miss, or an extra hit in the yard anyway. Good stuff. Pattern we like. Oh, come on, Oldhim. Just swing with me with hammer once. Be greedy. Keep a card. Swing at me so I can get this sink out of here. Or maybe we just set up for when I can draw another sink in hand on his Fused Oaken turn, and then we sink Scabs and don't have to discard. Oh yeah. I think that might be the master plan. Oh shoot, and we run unmovable. Oh, okay, this is alright, please swing at me so I can sink something here. Jesus. Here we go. Oh yeah, actually we shouldn't run unmovable versus Oldhim. That's a Bravo card. This should definitely be like an extra blue in this matchup. Whew. Well, there's a lot of things we could sink here. We'd like to sink both these cards, but we can't. Yeah, we can't really sink both these cards. Impossible. Well, we could be really dumb and just toss the Ghostly first into the sink unmovable. Yeesh. Or if we do draw another... Oh, man. So sad. Alright. We'll just sink unmovable. Here we go. Oh, God. What? Not like this. Not like this game. Please. Spare me. Interesting. Interesting. Man, there's so many lines with this hand, it's nuts. Well, the first one is we could punt Blood Rush. We could Blood Rush, pitch Deadwood, and just pass. That's line 1, right? We could also play out a Ghostly, take 13 Blood Debt. Line 2. We could roll Scabs, roll a 1, take 13 Blood Debt, pass. Line number 3. We could roll Scabs, hit, play out double Ghostly, take 13 Blood Debt, pass. Oh yeah. Some good options. I mean, the best option is to just Howl, Ghostly for 7. We'll take 12 Blood Debt, Arsenal Blood Rush, have a Ghostly in hand. That's like the real line. But it's so bad. Oh, it's the real line. Alright, here we go. 7 damage, it's lethal. It's lethal, guys. He just doesn't... Oh, shoot. He realized that he could block. Bad. He's already looking down. I'm down for line 2. What? Line 1? Line 1's where it's at. You never see anyone... Look, the way... Okay, here's what you could really do. In a real game, and I've done this once before. I've done this once before when I was versus a chain, and he was already high-rolling the literal hell out of me, and I had to just make him feel worse about it. I drew up a hand that was like impossible to play Blood Debt, or to play Blood Rush, and this was in real life. And I pitched, you know, like probably something similar, like a blue, Deadwood or whatever, to play Blood Rush, and there were 2 cards in my hand, and they were both misses anyway, and I discarded a blue Unworldly Bellow, and I was like, oh my god, dude. It's just not my day. You got it. GG. And he goes, oh, I'm sorry. You lost to randomness, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, yeah, I lost to randomness. But what he didn't know is that I lost anyway. Because my hand was unplayable. Yeah, it was a genius move. Genius move. Best line I've ever seen. Alright, this is fun. I mean, like, we look at all the Blood Debt we took, and look how fine we are. That's kind of crazy. Not gonna lie. Not gonna lie. All right. Well, now we obviously hope Sync gives us 6. Please. Please give us a 6. You know, the other problem is clumping up like that has put our graveyard in like the worst state it's ever seen. We were managing it so well, actually. And then miss, miss, miss. So sad. Okay. Oh, man. Come on. All right, it's fine. I mean, we can still just Unworldly Shadow 2-card hand for 8. 3-card hand for 8. That rate makes me so sad. All right, well, this is the exactly kind of situation where now we will lose to Oldhim being able to keep an Oakenold. It's going to be great. When I played Starvo, I sometimes felt so bad for my opponents that I would pretend I didn't hit the fuse again just to let them feel like they had a chance. Oh, gross. Majin, why'd you even play Starvo? I thought you were like, weren't you like so hot on Chain back then? And you like won, what, 2 ProQuests back to back with Chain? I didn't even know you touched Starvo. That's gross. I mean, that blemishes your character right there, sir. God. Alright, well, it's unlikely he has the Oaken, because he already pitched away a card that'd be good with Oaken, so I'm alright with that. I sent you a picture of our friend on Facebook. Okay, I will check. Oh. This is from the Georgia just had their state championship. Shout out to the Metric Metagame for running it. Naib, good friend of mine, great player, just in the tank on a Dromai mirror. I'm not even sure what on earth all these cards are. That must be like Ash tokens under there, but he's not having a good one. Briar won that event, by the way. Briar won the state championships. Oh, oops, I need to pass. Here we go. All right, actually hitting Beast Within, taking damage for no reason. So good. Well, we definitely get rid of Ghostly, but now we also get to check. We're running out of our good cards. Look at this. Because of all those reds we had to block with, we are completely out of red Hungerings. We have 1 Writhing left, 1 Boneyard, 1 Dread. Nice. Nice. That's worrisome, but we also have big power cards. I believe we have another Blood Rush still. Come on. We still have like 1 Blood Rush, right? Okay, I don't even care what you're blocking with. Come on, come on. Alright. Pass. We still have... Yeah, 2 Blood Rush. There's the one in Arsenal, 1 in the deck still. And 2 Art of War. So we can even make the blues pretty good. Oh, wait. Hold on, he did have... What was I just saying? Oh, he does have the Oakenold. Oh, so we probably lose now. Fun. This was an enjoyable game. I had lots of fun. I really did. Alright, well the good news is, because it's an all-blue hand, and 2 of them are blue Dread Screamer, we have the chance to keep Dread Screamer plus a blue, and then we can come in for 8 off 2, which is fine. But we'll go to 3. That's all we can do about it, though. Let's see it. Oh yeah, we got it. We actually do get to make that play. Although we could just, whiff on the Dread Screamer. And we lose anyway. Clutch. Nice. Let's see it. It hit the Blood Debt. It did hit the Blood Debt. Seeds was banned when I came into the game. I started playing January this year. Oh, nice. We got some newer players. I only started playing last... Oh my god. 2021, late June. So I'm at like, a year and 3 months. It's crazy. Game is so good, though. Happy to see you're sticking with it. Millsy? You don't have to play Levia like me, though. You can play the good decks. Oh, wait, Caleb, are you free right now? You want to do a game? You want to play? It'd be fun. We've only played still that one time. where you were on OTK Viscerai and I was on Levia, which was also probably the most legendary worst matchup in the world. And we forgot that Sonata dealt arcane damage, so I just scooped. It was a great game. It's one of the best games I've ever played. No, it wasn't. That was also before I remembered who you were. You looked mad familiar. I was like, man, this is just like another Viscerai tryhard. He probably doesn't matter at the end of the day. Uh-oh. What's happening? Okay. I was about to say, like, that's not how the math on that turn was supposed to work. Oh, it's also, like, raining really hard where I am now. I started playing with Uprising after hearing about the game from Majin and a buddy talking to me pre-release, instantly hooked. Oh, nice. Okay, so you're friends with Majin. Amazing. Yeah. He's a great dude. Great card game player. We're happy to have him. Oh, where were you last turn, dude? Where were you? Actually, it wouldn't have helped. Not gonna lie, but okay. Well, unmovable here is absolute trash. We love it. Yeah. Well, it's really bad because we can't even like cycle out the Blood Rush because we have the unmovable in hand. So, best we can do then is just Howl, pitch it all for the yellow hungering. Block here. Alright, kinda sucks. Kinda sucks, not gonna lie. Alright, we're hoping and praying that his next turn is just a hammer, and then we get a Blood Rush hand. But that is very hopeful. These are very hopeful things that I'm saying. Oh, phew, we turn off Blood Debt. Yeah, at this point in the game, you just, like, you don't even worry about that. It's just like, if it doesn't happen, doesn't happen. Wasn't fated then. Majin got me into the game, too, from a stream. Amazing. Hey, look at all these people in support of you becoming a fab streamer, Majin. Although, don't do it. I'm finally carving a niche for myself. Apart from the Levia guy, I'm the only guy with enough free time to waste streaming Flesh and Blood. It's great. It's great. Don't take that from me. It's not even real free time. I should really be working on my portfolio right now, but last week went well with the stream, so I figured might as well try with an actual stream schedule this week. Oh my god, this game is so boring. This dude just either needs to die or just like dominate me already. Not gonna lie. Like, come on, it's like how Guardian games go. You either die or I just like lose. Can we just find out already? Jeez. I mean, that's how any game goes, to be fair. That meant nothing. That was terrible analysis. Oh, yes, we did it. All right. This is the turn where we end the game, right? It has to be. We even have Eye of Ophidia to help us with them blood rushes. All right, baby. Let's see it. We're going to eat this frostbite. I'm fine with it, though. Yeah, I won't stream it at all until they have a Twitch category. Right, that is why I also haven't tried it on Twitch. Is just living under the board game category feels like it's just more work for no reason. Okay. Not gonna lie, I forgot it works this way, but it's almost better. I think in person I always opt with Eye of Ophidia first before I've actually paid with Blood Rush. However, it is true, you do pay the cost of Blood Rush first. Cost has to be paid, and then you would opt. So, interesting. We actually know that we discarded the Soul Harvest. This is good information. We know we discarded the Soul Harvest. So now we get to craft our hand a little bit better. We obviously want the blue, and we know that we're going to have Dread Screamer to cap the turn. But what this could also mean is we could Blood Rush again and really seal it, as this is likely the last turn of the game, and we kind of want to keep it that way. And we know our deck is also very blue concentrated. So I'm actually eager to just keep both of these. Because I'm pretty sure even if we just claw, the game's over. Right. Because it would leak 1 and 1. Well, no, because he would tunic. What's better? 5, 5, 8? But then we're susceptible to the ice react. Just, we'll never use this Blood Rush if it's not right now. Not gonna lie. I don't know. I think we'll play it safer than that. Because we could discard, like, the red and draw no way to turn off Blood Debt, right? Or just draw this way. This way is also fine. Okay. We're happy with this, with how this worked out. Because we actually get to play around Ice React really well here. Because this claw isn't going to cost us pitch. So we can just swing with it, and if he doesn't Ice React, we'll get to Howl Dread Screamer. Come in for 11, and the game's just over. Delicious. I wish YouTube had the Flesh Blood category too. Whoa, your breakup didn't last too long. Nah, she came crawling back. It definitely wasn't me. I wasn't the one coming back. It was her. She was just like, I mean, look at her. She's right there on the wall, just staring at me like day in, day out. I was like, Levia, all right. All right, baby girl. We'll give you another shot. To be fair, like, you know, I really do just have the most fun playing her. And if I'm playing a game for fun, then Levia is obviously the answer. It's just, you know, is it for fun to spend like $1,000 traveling to Nats? And, you know, even more than that, traveling to Worlds? And then just play for fun? Or do you play to win? Everyone else is obviously there to play to win. So, card from my hand. Hey, this is what we just talked about. You know, we'll still come in for 8. All right, should be should kind of just be the end. I even turned off Blood Debt with this, so somehow the game could keep going, but it won't unless that's a staunch response. You mother of no, please don't be a staunch, please. Why didn't keep Reckless? It's I mean, because no way am I holding a card in that hand. My hand's either going to be, if he Ice Reacts, then I just top and we go Dread. Oh, I guess I was off counting for Howl. I don't know, whatever. Or, oh, I didn't mean Howl, I meant Ghostly. Because I'd have the one floating after Dread Screamer. I mean, he should just be dead, dude. Come on. Just be dead. What can that be? It can't be anything. Let's see it. Let's see it. Oh, it's an Oasis? Wait, no way. Does this dude live? No, he takes 1. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. But then he healed 1. No. Bro, that is not allowed. Oh, it's disgusting. Disgusting. How dare you? How dare you? Can't live at 1. Jesus, bro. Alright, I mean, we're definitely going to win, though, but... Man, that's just rude. Alright, well, we're going to give things go again. We're going to banish a Wrecker so we can't lose. Oops. Here we go. Oh, yes. So we actually did preserve enough red threat to win. I was getting worried about that, but we had 3 more reds left in the deck and we got them. We did get them all. Alright, here we go. Yeah, Reckless would have been nice to have. No, there's no way I could keep a blue. I mean, yeah, it'd be nice to have, but I just don't get to keep a blue there, so. It'll come back around if the game even goes that late. I being next to Reckless sucks, yes, but also nothing to do on that. We are looking to end the game before we see those cards again anyway, because we have the Dominate. We knew we had the one last Writhing Beast Hulk left in deck. And sure enough, we got it this hand. But with that in deck, we should end the game for sure. Or anything else happens. So he Earth reacts. Okay. All right, now we just Howl Writhing. Okay. Here we go. Here we go. You got 1 card. I got 9 damage. What's gonna happen? Oh, you could have put blue Wrecker on top. Oh, yes. Oh, actually, that is correct. I didn't even think about that. But yes, you are right. I wasn't even... That part I was not considering in terms of the blue card he will make me top. Because honestly, I thought the game was just over that turn anyway. But yes, there we go. Whew. Well, we took 2 blood debt early game, 14 blood debt on that big turn, I'm pretty sure. Maybe it was 12. So maybe we took 14 blood debt total. But we won. Man, there's a lot to grind through. Not gonna lie. A lot. Total damage threatened, 176. And we didn't even cast Howl every turn. Total damage dealt, 50. Wait, dealt 50? What does that mean? Shouldn't the damage dealt be 40? Oh, because he healed on the Oasis. Oh, that makes sense. Yeah. Oh, oops, I forgot to say GG's. GG's. He left already. All right, well, that was a game. That was a game. All right, Majin, I will hit you up with that link. What matchup you want to play? Let me open it over here. Private. Man, I guess we can just do Levia versus Iyslander again. It'll be a long, slow day though. If that's all we play. Private. Just Bravo, Oldhim, Iyslander. It's alright. This is for you. Lending you a hand here. Launching your stream career. The illusionist that could play it was Prism, but she's gone now in CC, and the next illusionist who will be able to take full advantage of Frightmare isn't printed yet. Oh, you're talking about Frightmare? I missed that conversation. That is, Want me to get in Discord? Oh, yeah, we can jump in Discord. If there's anyone who knows how to be entertaining, it is you. Are you my friend on Discord? I don't think you are, not gonna lie. How do I find out if you are? Nope. Alright, well the workaround is you can jump in the League of Levia, voice chat, and I'll drag you into the private one. Then we can skip some DMing. Okay. How do I... Well, actually, I don't even know if you're in the League of Levia chat. Man, that'd be insulting if you aren't. Need to get into a Discord call. I'm waiting. Are you... I guess I'm in your Discord as well. I should be. Let me find it, though. Alright, we can join your Discord. I'm in your Discord now. Unless maybe you were in mine. I didn't look. Oh no. Nope, you weren't. Oh no, come on, Majin. We're losing viewers. Come on, we gotta hype up this game.
How you doing?
Oh, there you are.
I'm here.
Hey. Yeah, hey, good to have you featured on stream. This is so cool.
Yeah, happy to be here. It's nice that we actually get like well, I guess now it's Talishar, right?
Yes, they did change the name. They're playing a little safe, Didn't want us to tread on any toes just in case.
As they really should, honestly.
I've heard from some LSS employees that, they love the platform, but publicly, like, it can't be anything they say, right? It's just because it goes against the whole flesh and blood in the flesh and blood. But man, the ability to just jam games. I mean, you live all the way in California, and I'm on the complete opposite side of the U.S., and yet here we are.
Yeah, it's so nice.
Okay,
it was such a pain trying to like ever jam games before this.
Truth.
Like TTS worked, but that sucked, man.
Yes, I was not a fan at all. TTS, like, first of all, I'm actually not that good at using keyboard shortcuts because I can't feel my hand. So I So TTS was just like everything manual, and it just made it extra clunky because I couldn't even get used to, clicking anything super fast. Like I would watch OK and Y and just feel terrible about myself. Like, man, I'll never use TTS that well.
Yeah. Okay, and why?
Oh yeah, have you seen them on YouTube?
Yeah, I just went on their like podcast thing.
Oh, nice.
It'll be up. I don't know whenever they finish editing. Yeah, they're like locals. Well, kind of locals.
Oh, that's so hype. They are so awesome. I played a show match game with them a while back, and I was a little I was probably annoying because all I kept saying was, guys, if you're already like going back and editing the games, why don't you just put on like an overlay? Like just add like one little bit, and I think you'd like grow quite a bit. And they were like, oh nah, we're okay. We're fine with how it is. And then I even like made an overlay for them and was like, you could, but like here it is. You could just slap it on top. I'm like, nah.
Use this.
Okay.
Yeah, they're like pretty chill with it. It sounds they're like not really worried about getting a bunch of new people in or whatever.
No, I mean they're playing the game because like they actively, I mean, geez, Oliver got second at the calling. Like they play the game because they want to get better. It's not like YouTube first.
No, not at all. Although their setup for their podcast really good.
Okay,
they have like
so
3 times the lighting setup that I do. That's for sure.
Oh, you actually went in person for their podcast?
Yeah, they're in San Fran, so I just drove down.
Ooh, okay. Well, we've got options in this hand. We're gonna take the. Oh, it's hard actually. You hear everything I say, so I'll tone down the over analysis of everything Levia does.
The good news is you get to talk trash.
I can't talk trash to you. Come on.
I can't talk trash. Period. I'm so bad at it.
Why would I want to talk trash anyway? I see you at every event. We just build we build bad blood for no reason. You're always like my table buddy.
What's up, man? Like what? Say it to my face.
You said what about Viscerai? Smooth brain? Like, oh yeah.
Smooth brain? I don't know. Modern Viscerai does feel pretty smooth brain. So I don't like to play it anymore. I'm just happy I get to play a wizard.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, that's true. You're an Iyslander player now. That's allowed.
Mm-hmm.
We'll go bottom. These.
Someone was asking, what are the odds you play? Like, what hero are you planning on playing? And it's like, why do you attack for so much?
I'm trying not to give you windows for frostbites, man. We're just going to go tall. The whole game plan.
It's something like 80% Iyslander and be like, maybe like 20% Oldhim is what I said in chat, but the reality is it's like 78% Iyslander, 20% Oldhim, 2% Kano. I can't.
Oh yeah.
I am interested in doing that still. Do I just take a bunch of damage?
Are you one of the players that spams Kano on ladder? Because there's all that talk on Twitter of like no one wants to matchmake with Kano. Like you see Kano, you quit.
I actually haven't because of that. And I'm pretty busy. So the time that I put into playing the game, it like needs to be testing.
Right. That makes sense. You are a full-time career streamer.
Something like that.
All right.
And I got invited to the box like TFT challenge thing as well.
So
I'm I'm trying to like learn TFT and like grind up the ladder while trying to hit like top 10 on the Runeterra ladder while trying to like practice for nationals and qualify for worlds and Flesh and Blood. It's a whole thing.
Jeez, man. Well, at least it's all, at the end of the day, it's games. So can't have too many complaints at the end of the day, right? It's pretty awesome.
Games I enjoy. Love card games, love strategy games.
Interesting. Well, we'll pretend that you're giving us a true 5-card hand. We'll pretend.
Okay.
Start with Art of War.
Let me see what my options here are.
Someone says, are you going to try any 5 matchups? No, so the short answer for that is the stream schedule you can see. Monday, Wednesday, I'm going to play what I want to play because it's during the day. No one else can really test. And then Tuesday, Thursday is going to be late in the day when all my friends are available for like proper testing. And so that's when you'll see me on Viscerai. Probably Oldhim eventually, because we're going to be practicing the mirror and I'll be in charge of that, I'm pretty sure. Ooh. Oh my god, will I let you freeze my arsenal? Yeah, I'm gonna take it.
Yeah, you should pay. That sounds bad. Sounds miserable. I was like, at first playing that card, when my opponents didn't have an arsenal, I'd be like, oh man, I gotta wait. But it's so good just to like cycle and have 2 mana up for like Waning Moon. Give your opponent Frostbite, draw a card, have 2 mana for Waning Moon. It's such a strong card.
It is. Ooh. Yeah, I guess we can play it that way, actually. No need to banish. Yeah, sure. Do that. All right. Here we come for 7.
Stop.
Oh, damn. I'll take your puny 3, though. We'll allow it.
Taking the puny 3. Am I getting pummeled? Do you play pummel?
I was playing Pummel on another stream. This stream I've gone without it, so no need to play around. We'll you've been in the chat anyway. You've been paying attention. What is TFT? It is Teamfight Tactics. It is on the League of Legends client. It's like its own game that you can play in that client, and yeah, it's like an auto chess.
It's pretty fun.
I am very bad at it, but it is still fun. Even if you're bad at it, it is a fun game, and that's a unique space to have. Not gonna lie, just because you get to just kind of kick back and watch your dudes fight. So even if you have terrible mechanics at like playing the actual game, you get to watch all the champions fight each other, and that's pretty cool. I enjoy that.
Relaxing game. Pretty chill.
And now we come in for. Come on, dude. Could have been 5.
Could have been 5.
Could have been 5.
Damn.
All right. Oh yeah, the gems are in the deck because I own the gems, which was probably a mistake back in the day. They're a lot cheaper now. They're still not cheap, but
they are. Yeah, they were very expensive.
Right now, I just wanted an extra blue for a couple matchups, and why not add heart?
I got into the game, so I looked at all the heroes. Obviously, right? When you're like, oh, this game's interesting. What heroes can I play? I looked at all the heroes and I was like, I might play this game. And then I saw Kano and I was like, fuck it, we're playing this game. We ball. And so my first 2 purchases, my first 2 actual real purchases in Flesh and Blood was Storm Striders and then Eye of Ophidia. I knew what I was about before I even bought 2.
In.
I was all the way in, man.
And what's crazy is that there are Kano builds for Blitz right now that don't even run Tunic because they expect a shorter game. Where they're just we're running Spellfire Cloak in every matchup. Okay.
That is pretty sick.
All right. Well, I can take. Yeah, I guess we just don't want the damage to leak. We're gonna unfortunately leave the discard up to whatever's on the top then, because that's how you layered it. Thanks a lot. But it did hit. Okay. Nice. And in that case, I will take out the Ghostly, I think. We already have 1 Howl in there. Actually no, we'll take out the Howl. That's the worst one to draw here because it is so expensive and gives you a window to react to. We'll take some Blood Debt, that's okay. This. Are you actually playing in Worlds or just in attendance for your calling? Oh, not yet?
No.
Do you have a shot at
Nationals to fire 3 bullets?
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Ever since the PTQ season or ProQuest season with Chain, I just haven't played Flesh and Blood basically. So I didn't give myself the opportunity to get qualified.
Mm-hmm.
And then I missed at the PT, which again is my fault because I showed up with 0 games played.
Yeah, what were you 1 game off in the end because you went 8-6 or no?
Yeah, I went
8-6. For
probably
PTI that's 2 wins then.
2 games off, yeah. I can't be mad about 8-6 though.
Nope,
we were talking about draft when I showed up for that 1 draft practice. You were like, "Oh, what do you like to do in this draft?" And I was like, "Well, I don't know. In the 1 pre-release I attended, I did this."
That was my experience going in, but let me tell you, that boot camp week with Michael and Yuanji, there are not better teachers in the world for just getting ahead on drafts. Like those guys were fantastic to play with.
I buy that. Yeah, it seems like they get you ready for sure.
Yeah, well, they also have that podcast Attack for 20. If you've had a chance to
Mhm.
listen to it, that is also just extremely high quality fab content. It's pretty awesome. Man, am I scared? Like, I think I'll still be able to pay for everything I want. Yeah, okay. Even if it was the double frostbite, this is manageable. This is manageable. Although it's your sneaky damage play. It's just so resource efficient. Look at you. Ow.
Iyslander really does like sneak that damage in.
Yeah, the efficiency on those one cost from Arsenal is pretty juicy. I mean, I don't mind the damage I'm swinging, but yours feels sneakier. Mine's honest. I'm just a big honest brute.
Yours is just in your face.
Yep. That's why the Pummel edition, when I was playing her last week, was. I mean, it is fun to play those unfair mechanics with Levia because, like, the one time you really get to do it is when you close the game with Reckless. You feel like, yes, I am the degenerate player. But other than that, you don't get many of those moments.
Just wait till I find an ice fuse.
Oh,
you're gonna be sorry.
Okay, I can actually block this by being quite dumb about it. I could be very dumb about it, but that would mean sacking a little too many things. Man, if I had Tunic resource up, it wouldn't even be that bad because I have an Art of War, right? So I can say like defend from Arsenal,
plus
and defend from hand.
You could defend from Arsenal, defend from hand.
Yeah,
I got you.
Or
I mean, I'm kind of, or you could block.
Yeah, or I could make it plus one, and yeah.
Which seems worse. I would be so happy with you blocking with like your entire hand.
Yeah.
Take 6, bro. It's fine.
Well, that's what we really don't want. We're talking about that cheeky damage. This feels like a lot all at once.
A little bit.
I mean, what I really want to keep in hand would be these guys. Yeah, there's no way I can actually sack Tunic, so it would have to be Art of War pitch. Say, defend from Arsenal, banish, draw 2. I'd need to draw a resource card, and I'd be fine. I don't know if I'm willing to take that risk, but I'm kind of down to try it, just because I've never done it into an Iyslander before. Alright, we've never done this into an Iyslander before, so it's for science. Does this actually matter? Does 5 cards really matter? Because against Kano, like, this can actually be pretty huge.
Yeah,
but
Iyslander, like 5
Iyslander
cards
probably
nice,
not.
No, it's just like an extra 3 block usually. Like, I want it, obviously, but...
Alright, that kind of worked. It kind of worked. It was not great, but... So we drew into 2 non-blocks.
No.
Oh, we don't mind seeing those cards in that order. That's fine. I guess we don't need this one, but it is at least a blue. We don't really want to discard that one, but we don't want to take blood debt. So I guess we just leave it. Oh, I guess I have to top. Alright.
Have you considered just taking blood debt instead?
It is only 3. The tax is low. For once. Nothing feels better than on a 0-card hand being able to deal 30 damage, except it's to yourself.
To yourself, yeah. Levia has the highest like damage per card potential in the entire game.
You ever seen a hero deal 30 with 0 cards? It ain't Kano, buddy. It's Levia.
Like this. Finally triggering this Insidious chill.
Well, this is sad. This would be lose 2 cards, no matter what. At least save a little HP and just play that. Sure. Pay 2 on this. Sink 1 into Arcane and discard a card. Be efficient about it. 1. No. Discard. Interesting. This is where banishing the Ghostly would have been. Well, no, because you'll probably tax me anyway, so I don't hate it's lining up this way. Yep. Yeah, there'd be not much of a world where I get Ghostly out of this. Has Majin played a Weather Vane? Well, not this game. I don't know if he's playing him either.
I don't play Weatherbane.
No?
I hate that card. I think it's really bad.
They say supposedly it's to beat the Guardians, but it's also a red 2 block. So against the aggro Guardians, like, is it actually winning you the game?
It's not.
I feel like every Guardian is just hella aggro right now. They want to pretend they're Runeblades.
A bit of a crutch, I think. And it's like a bad one. I don't know, like, Guardians have had to get more aggressive, right?
Right.
And with them getting more aggressive, it means that you can sneak in damage more. Speaking of sneaking in damage, I'm going to take 6 here.
You're going to take 6?
Yeah, I'm just going to take 6.
Oh, did you frost text me? I don't see it on board yet. What happened?
No, I haven't frost texted you.
Choose an amount of pitch to prevent. Oh, from frosting. Oh, I thought it said frostbite. Yeah. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, we will take 1 then.
Got him.
Ow. Oh,
yeah, I found that you're able to sneak in some damage against Guardians now, and then you can usually just Ice Eternal them. I'm not going to go
these Aethers.
They're good. I play 9.
They are very good. Yeah, I would imagine you do. They are very good. So good, in fact. I won't, because against a lot of the Icelanders I play, they get in the play pattern where, like, you know, they'll cornet if they're keeping cards like that, and I'm even open to that being pretty decent because I don't have Tunic up. But the fact that you're just swinging Aethers every turn is also that also good. Hurts, yeah. Right?
Pretty good. Anytime in like aggro matchups to play, and it's usually like block, cast an Insidious Chill, and then just like try to cast an Aether Ice Vein like every turn.
Right.
Then you just need to keep the life totals like kind of close because I get to cheat because I have Storm Striders.
Yep. Yeah, that's definitely how this game will look. I'm pretty sure. The first time I played against an Iyslander who plays it that way, so that is new. It's different.
I had a lot of success with it, but yeah, I understand that's not how people play it usually. Yeah,
because my 2-card hands for 6 aren't going to out damage this.
Weird hand.
I think at the end of the day, the Art of War was not worth it because I could just block with 1 card because I didn't need the full hand and the hooves. I only leak 2, and I just keep the Art of War for an extra push of 5 with Meat X. So the experiment was not worth it. I don't believe denying your 5 cards got me more in the end.
Yeah. I'm gonna just be efficient with my mana, even though I'm inefficient with my blocks. Could I not? Can I pay for it, please? Okay, there it is.
Interesting. So you didn't cast
it's Red Ice
anything
Bolt
from Arsenal. Oh, I know what it is. Did you reveal it at some point?
Yeah, it's Red Ice Bolt.
Okay, well, in that case, I have an opportunity then. I can trigger hooves on chain close here. I can tunic.
Am I getting meat axed?
And we can meat slap you. Ooh, and reset arsenal. God, oof. Lord.
Good.
That's good. Good stuff. Yeah, so I actually don't really check the chat log that much because I have it covered up in
With
the
your
overlay.
face.
So I don't see that, but just because no one else can read the chat, if I like read the chat, then it detracts. So I normally don't check it. But yeah, you're right. I must have seen. It definitely said what you fused with. I just didn't look at it. Okay, so red ice bolt. Coming in for 5. Some tall damage, and you get to smack me for 2 right after, which is some little damage. But then that puts me in Stormstrider's death range, don't it? Probably.
That's the hope. Perhaps.
Probably.
We will see.
Alright, so in that case, we'll protect that HP. Just a little. But not this HP. This is inefficient. This HP can go away. Who needs it?
Yeah, you're likely not just going to die immediately, so.
Yep. Now we go in for 6. Go again. So this is what's funny about the matchup is in the early days, everyone thought like, oh my god, Iyslander, another matchup where you can't fill graveyard. I mean, there's a lot of discard effects. There's a lot of proactivity in filling grave with Meat Axe and your draw discards. I think it's just like a question of changing the build a bit to approach the matchup, and that way you can get around just having 0 cards in graveyard, which is what OTK Viscera used to do to you, which is miserable. All right, so Cold Snap is on the chain, or on the stack, on the layers. I could respond with this. No, I don't want to pay, but I could do something before the Frostbite if it really is going to help my turn.
You can if you
I can.
want to.
I could.
You still can.
Yep. Options. I think I will more than anything just because I want the Meat Axe to actually hit 5. Having this in hand.
Sure.
Might not do it.
So let me tell me the thing and tell it. All right, then I'll boop. I'm a boop ya.
Man. Well, this we're going to take, which is definitely it feels bad. Wait, oops, cancel. What? There we go. 0. Because we don't have them cards in hand yet from this Art of War. But now we have them cards from the Art of War. Yeah, freeze my ally, please.
Oh, that's pretty fucking good. Oh, but it's coming in for 7?
It's coming in for 7. It's got the Art of War buff. Now, unfortunately, I'm feeling a loss next hand because I've been pretty fortunate drawing double blues like every turn, which is a rarity. It's a rarity. And the fact that we've got like 2 turn cycles now where if I don't draw like even 1 blue, I pretty much instantly die. Yeah, that's a scary reality that we're facing. And it's probably really is the reality.
And you do have Go Again.
I do. It has Go Again from its own effect. Art of War was the +1.
Yeah. And then... Oh, man. Very close to doing some nasty things here.
Bit of a bug on Talishar. Art of War mode should be chosen on play, not resolution. That's true, but it actually still works that way on some other layered effects. Like, if you pitch Eye of Ophidia, you still have to choose the Art of War, and then it'll let you opt. So it's not backwards all the time, but it is backwards in this scenario, yes. Man, if I had Tunic this turn, things I could do. And I actually really think I should just gone for the Ghostly anyway, though, because the line that I'm missing now is Howl Ghostly, which is always pretty nice. I could have gone for that right now. Off these cards in hand, present 8. We'll do this way. Yep, we gotta unfortunately just come in for 5. baby. God. Oh,
Bang.
Jesus Christ. Ice Bolt. Or Aether Ice Vein 3 times. Oh, it's a lot.
So good.
It's a lot. Man, that is such a good tempo play with even just one Insidious. That's such a good
Yeah,
pattern.
you usually only land the one.
Yep. Well, we do have that in Arsenal at least. And you fused with
Blue Ice Bolt.
blue Ice Bolts. Well, that's another 6 damage minimum, not counting Storm Striders. So this'll be a wrap, I'm pretty sure. Unless you draw all reds, which is a possibility, ain't it? Possible? I definitely don't want to take all the damage, so we're gonna have to pitch that in.
But if I draw all reds, you still have to like present like 14 damage, right?
Yeah, that's true, because otherwise you just block for next turn. Yeah, a little bit over. Okay, well, I'll at least do that.
I'd like to target Levia. Thank you so much for asking me, game. Bless you.
Then oh, it's so sad. The writing's on the wall. Well, yeah, I mean, like the thing with Levia, right, is I need to keep the card. So
because you can't even like pitch your whole hand or whatever.
Nope.
Imagine playing a hero where you could just like block.
Don't tell me. That's the extremes. The other version of Levia, like the Club Levia, is basically like straight block, and it's so refreshing. But you know, yeah, other heroes other than Levia can also play that way.
Yep.
They're just, you know, not in my repertoire. All right, well, it's the only thing I can really do. And I still die actually because this only prevents 2, and you're guaranteed 6. So, just it's all she wrote.
Amen.
Here we go though. Ow.
Target you.
Ow. But what if you had 2/2 blocks? But what if?
Oh no.
I guess we'll never find out. Yeah.
All right, man. Good game.
All right, good game.
Yeah,
wow, that
finish to get my YouTube upload ready and then jump on my own thingamajig.
Sweet. Well, that's cool. That was I'd never seen that version of Iyslander, funny enough. Like, you know, they run like the reds and blues of Aether, but splashing even in that yellow really took a turn for me. And also the Art of War was wrong. But cool. Good game.
Yeah. All right, man.
Good game.
I will catch you later. Good luck on the rest of your stream.
Thanks. Okay. Wow. Scary stuff when they just play a bunch of Aether. It's crazy how good that card is, actually. It's very good. Sticking 1 Insidious and then just lining up 3 Aether is a massive tax loop for Levia. That's actually... that makes that matchup way worse than how I've previously played it. Because before, I feel like the Iyslander games, even that we've seen on stream, they take all the turns to set up like the amulets and the Insidious, and then it's like, sure, there's the one turn where they really whop you, and if hopefully they don't kill you on that turn because you did apply enough pressure, then you know, you've taken a bit of Blood Debt, you've taken a bit of Arcane, but you stole so much tempo in the early game that you had the life buffer to work with. That was totally different. That was like straight trade by trade. The Aether Ice Vein just maintaining parity into even Storm Striders was up at the end. So man, that was scary. That was awful. Good way to play Iyslander, it looks like. Okay. I think we can squeeze in one more game before I have to get off because Woman Sant will be showing up. In terms of the list, we've played against 2 Guardians and Iyslander, which are like all the slow matchups. 3 Red Deadwood definitely ain't right. This can be any blue. Heart did nothing there. In fact, it was actually kind of worse because I couldn't block with it. If I could have blocked with it on that Art of War turn, then I could come in with 9 on the Endless Maw. So that was a little rough. So yeah, Heart is just also not good. Radiant Tome into the Runeblades is kind of cute. But it's super greedy. Like, right, this list is just kind of dumb greedy. But we'll play it one more time and then sign off for the day. CC. Oh, oops. What happened here? Recopy. Play one more game. Well, thanks for tuning in, everyone. It's been pretty fun to just pop on and have so many people watching Flesh and Blood. I mean, Flesh and Blood's just a great game, so why not just make time for it during the workday or wherever you are, watch some games. Tomorrow, it will be the actual Nationals testing with the team. So, you know, meta decks back on the table. 5 Israi. Oh, sweet. This one you don't see very often. Very interesting. Wow. All right, what does Dash play right now? I mean, they can like truly flip. So it's up to them which one they want to take in this matchup. Which, if I was the Dash, I would go like Bernhard aggro. Bernhard aggro is going to be way better than like the Rube Goldberg machine of items. I think we kind of just run the same cards into either. One difference would be dropping Artivores for the Hungerings. Just to have a bit better block. I don't know. I'm kind of down to play like another game with Artivores though. So we'll keep it like this. Keep it like this. Oops. I need to add one random card. Well, Gorganian Tome doesn't really do anything. Neither does Oasis. I guess we'll add the extra blue. Art of Findall, baby. Let's do it. Extra blue. Alright, so they are going full aggro. So the Artivores are going to end up being worse than the block on Hungerings. Because you can actually burn out the Dash. Like it's really not hard on the Levi side if you take out all the non-blocks possible. But not the reality right now. It's also kind of funny. Because of how much we're going to block in this matchup, there's almost going to be no opportunities to roll Scabskins. Because we won't have large enough hands. So I'm tempted to just roll Scabs here and just squeak in extra damage. Because we could, right? I think we actually will. Just because we know in this matchup we are not keeping full hands. We are trying to protect HP. So we'll roll Scabs. And we rolled a 4. So we like that. Now, what that opens up for us is basically swing big into a weapon swing. So that's all we're going to do. That's it. Just squeak in an extra 3 damage. Oh, wow. And they use Crown already. Oh, I don't run CNC, so I guess like if they really were hurting for that cycle, then there they go. They have it. Yeah, it's going to be full pow pow dash. Full pow pow. Which, okay, to be honest, like we're fortunate. It's full pow pow dash. And we actually have like a hand that deals above rate damage than what like we normally do on turn 1. So we're happy with that, because if it's going to be a race, we actually had kind of the best opening to make it a race properly. High speed impact. Coming in for 6. If it hits next stack, dominate. So we really do just want to protect as much HP as possible. This kind of hand blocks really well and doesn't give us a real aggressive play. So we are just going to use this turn to block. There's no reason to make it an aggressive hand. It's not good enough. So that's it. We'll just wait. Red zipper hit. Same thing. We'll just wait. No hit effect. I mean, honestly, we could have just used Sink Below there because I doubt there's like an on hit coming. But, you know, we felt good about the ability to still block 4, and sure enough, we're blocking the yellow super hit here. And that's it. So we leaked 2 damage and spent a Teklo charge on his end. All right, so this is the kind of turn where we do want to return for 8 because it's an above rate play on our 2-card hand. So we're going to block with these guys for sure. Fortunate part is our graveyard is going to then be at 4 misses because these guys are misses here. The other thing we could do with this hand, and it's kind of hilarious, is we could Dread Screamer, Swing Big, which is a 5-card hand for... Oh, no way. He just played an item, so we get to do it. So we're pretty lucky that our hand allows this at all. We're pretty lucky. Okay. Well, we go for it then. And he's blocking. Oh, no way. This is odd. So then we'll close the chain. And we come in here. And we come in here. That was amazing. Okay. They just gave us a free turn and they blocked with cards. We love how that worked out. We absolutely love how that worked out. This hand, pretty bad. Pretty darn bad. But the good news is, you know, Crown is going to save us when we arsenal whatever bad pieces in this hand. I guess we could Crown now. Yeah, we actually could Crown now and just cycle one of these out. Thing is, though, we don't hate just putting Reckless in Arsenal if that's how the game goes. If the game just goes really tight back and forth, then having Reckless in Arsenal is just like a really cheeky way to win. So I think we'll prioritize that instead of crowning now. 2-card hand for 6 is not good, but we're playing in a Blood Debt, so we do have to play something. Oh yeah, we eat a lot of damage here. We do. That's how it is. It's fine. We're still quite ahead on the damage trade. This return isn't going to be great. But we did set up a Howl from Beyond at least. And we've got Crown that can break and help us fill Graveyard a little bit. And we haven't seen a Blood Rush yet. So Blood Rush could be coming up, which is quite nice. Be quite nice. We also haven't seen a Boneyard. And once we have Howl from Beyond, a Boneyard and a blue is a 2-card hand for 9. So we also love that. I think we're pretty set up here. It's surprising. Like, the damage trade is going heavily in our direction without seeing a Blood Rush and without playing out an Art of War. We have a lot of blocking equipment. If you see what he's doing here, he's going to be down to just 1 life left on equipment. So he's effectively at 19 life. And we are at 24, 26, 29. And he's about to run out of his Teklo. Yeah, I don't think he's going to win this. We just drew into Blood Rush. This is too good. We're definitely going to try to crown this Reckless Swing out. There's no reason not to. Yeah, he'll attack with something else, so we'll just take the 7 here. I don't know, actually. Maybe I should have husked on that because he might pressure enough that... Oh, he Spark Subgeniused. Oh, this just can't be right, though, dude. There's no way. There's no way. I mean, he's going to Achilles, right? He's not going to waste this. No. Brother, you can't do that. You can't do it that way, dude. This isn't fantastic, but it's playable. It's playable. We're just so ahead that it's fine. We missed drawing a resource card on that Blood Rush, but we'll still come in for 14 damage turn with the Hungering. You might have also been trying to play around where our graveyard was, but obviously we knew we drew the Blood Rush to help set it up. Do you think they will reprint CNC in Dynasty? I don't think so, purely because when they reprinted Skullcap, in that little spoiler article that they put out, they showed that Skullcap had the Everfest printing. And so far in Dynasty, they actually did put CNC like in the article with the Emperor, but they showed the same Arcane Rising number. So, oops, is it lagging? Oh, there we go. Okay, it was lagging. So because of that, I don't think it's likely we're gonna get a reprint, which is, yeah, definitely, you know, a little not exciting. Okay, yeah, this is definitely a Crown turn. This might be Crown plus Carrion Husk. Yeah, he kept a full hand, so we're definitely going to lose Husk on this turn, so we might as well use it when we get full value, which we'll go ahead and do right now. No reason not to. Oh, actually, hold up a second. I shouldn't Reckless Swing. He's at 4. He's at 4, so I should just... I mean, I shouldn't cycle Reckless Swing. Like, there's no reason. I can just hold it here, and we'll win through it. I'll just Crown on the Howl instead. Yeah, we're totally fine with that. We'll just plop this, get rid of the howl. It's not great, but yeah, it's really not great. But, you know, it'll work. It's going to play high-speed impact. Also a little inefficient for us to block. That's fine. If all our turn is I guess swing Deadwood Rumbler, is that really the best we can do? Probably. It kind of sucks. Oh, whatever. Goliath. Okay, he breaks the chain. What is it? Max velocity? It's fine. We put this here. Might as well protect the scab skins because we're probably only going to have like the one more turn in this next cycle. So yeah, we do that. Oh, actually, we don't need to swing with Deadwood. What am I saying? We get to return with Ghostly because Ghostly is going to guaranteed vanish. Yeah, we're fine. We're fine with this. Yeah, just look at the damage numbers here. This is pretty incredible. This is the kind of thing Levia can do. Levia really has good rate. Like when you're in a vanilla damage matchup like this, Levia just has such good rate. And he's dead. Like he's just locked dead now because we have Reckless. Not bad. And I thought Aggro Dash was supposed to be the premier aggro deck. Alright, GG's. Jeez. Okay, well, that kind of wrapped up a little perfectly. I was trying to end at 4 o'clock, and it's 3 minutes before 4. So we'll probably just call it there. I don't know, that game was like a little uninteresting. Not gonna lie, a little uninteresting. Just because I had the rates I was looking for. I don't know, it's just like Levia just did her thing. Okay, but you know, thanks for watching, everyone. I think I'll go ahead and wrap it up. This list needs to be tuned. I'm going to work on it, and then when I catch you back on our next Levia in particular stream, which will be Wednesday, we'll really try to make this like nationals ready. I think it's pretty close, but now we've seen what Icelander's doing, Icelanders that are ready for Levia, and we also see how we lose to Bravo, which is drawing all reds. So I think if we go back and just tinker a little bit on some of these not so great cards, like not gonna lie, Deadwood Rumbler is a 3 of, just ain't it. And same with this shouldn't be there. Yeah, so we're just gonna like fix little things about this, but I really have enjoyed No Graveling. Like I think No Graveling just makes Dread Screamer even better because this rate is just insane. This is just insane, this rate. So yeah, maybe it's, you know, cut Deadwood's back for Red Unworldlies. Sure, it's gonna make like Shadow worse, but then Red Unworldlies would let you control Graveyard better and still have that swing big cost curve. So it could be something to do with this card. Could be. Funny enough, Unworldly is like the best rate Levia card. Unworldly and Endless Maw are the best rate Levia cards to the point where like if you just play for the math, there are builds out there that should just be like Rainbow Unworldly, Rainbow Endless because they're best cards in slot for what they do stat wise. But no, I don't think it'll be this build. I've tried that. I've tried like, you know, full Rainbow Unworldlies and then adding the best rate 2-cost cards like Bare Fangs, which might be 2. I guess it's 1 word. What? Pop up, Bare Fangs. Where are you at? This card. I've tried that. I don't love it. So we'll stick with like this kind of core and just see what happens. But that'll be it. That'll be it for the stream. And oh, did it not count as a win? What happened here? Oh, it did. Okay. That'll be it. Cool stream, everyone. Thanks for tuning in. We actually had like great viewership. So I think this time definitely works. So we'll split it, you know, have a little bit during the day, a little bit at night, just to get both halves of the viewer base here. And hope you all enjoyed. I'll, you know, catch you tomorrow because now we do this regularly.